Solskjaer, Deeney, Watkins, sure about those last minute goals. Have you had one? The on-loan goalkeeper who saved temporary employees because they're in the Football League and into all certain financial oblivion. Back in 1969, Carl United, managed by Nigel Pearson, were fighting to stay in the Football League. Carl's finances were precarious with the capital P leading to a sorrow with 3 games they had to ask the FA to sanction an emergency loan to goalkeeper. The glass side of the club, his efforts in and the Cambrians 2 draws, whose vital points meant Carlisle without all game of the Division 3 now League 2, the mid-table Plymouth Argyle in thrust and fan, and relegation rival Scarborough did in Peterborough at home. The game finished all and with the same scoreline at Brunton Park deep into injury time, and invaded the pitch en masse, leaving their Football League status secure. They'd done enough. One more plot twist. I'll call it a dying second, and up came Jimmy Glass. Though you couldn't make moments, Glass scored a rebounded header, promptly swamped mates and thousands of fans who quite couldn't believe what they just witnessed. Jimmy Glass became an overnight celebrity, but he played for Carlisle again, and his playing career really kicked on off the founding moment. He took on the best job outside of football before finding his way back into the player liaison officer at Eddie Howe Bournemouth, and most recently manager at non-born. Not the very of the most Hollywood moments in football, but Jimmy Glass will live on forever as a goal. The important and club's history.
Nothing coming through. Good morning, 5 minutes past 6 o'clock. talkSPORT breakfast with Arnold Clark. Get the UK's best used car deals guaranteed. This studio's broke. It's just been refurbished to the tune of 22 million and it doesn't work. You right there?
No, I'm not. I'm having an absolute shocker. Not for
Honestly, how
Look,
many?
somebody's tied these headphones
I
again.
know, Ollie, sort them out, will you, for God's sake? Right, I was going to talk about the Old Firm game.
Oh, what? I mean, come on, let that not be long, will it? What do you think?
I would honestly say
Worst?
it's the worst Old Firm game I've watched. And I'm not just saying that. I've been at Ibrox and been pumped, got stuffed. But at least there was a bit of brains behind it. There was a bit of effort.
I know what you mean.
Not 90 minutes, but the weekend was murder, honestly. Terrible.
Alan, I actually can't disagree with you, mate.
And then second half Rangers were as bad. First half Rangers were better by a mile.
I know. But it was terrible, wasn't it? I mean, think goalkeeper. Any saves at all?
No.
I mean, I Schmeichel, not a save. Butland, not a save.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I was saying to you when I phoned you after the game. I was obviously there with the young team, and I'm watching it, and I'm thinking, Rangers are poor, you know. I think Rangers, this is poor. And then my boy says to me, and Big Keeney phoned me, he says, Dad, what about Celtic? First half.
Well, I had a pal from Wapping was up there, and he said, this is the worst. He said, and they still can't beat us.
He was right. Absolutely, that's what the Rangers boys were saying. I had a couple of pals over from my mate and his son were over from Toronto. Could not believe their eyes.
Yeah.
And Kenny used to go regular. And fun enough, Kenny was out with Casey. Kenny's a pal of Casey's.
Oh, God, he was raging.
Aye, so Casey was in good fun. I missed him fun enough. So I saw Kenny, I think it was that night. And I think Casey saw him the following day.
It was murder.
Wasn't it terrible?
Yeah.
And by the way, while I'm at it, the game after it wasn't much better either. Liverpool-Arsenal.
I didn't mind that.
I thought...
No, I thought it was better than Celtic Rangers. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it had to be.
Yeah.
But I just thought with the talent on the pitch for the Liverpool-Arsenal game...
Mind you, it was some goal.
Magnificent.
Do you know what, Ali? Did you notice one thing about it now? I watched very carefully because I thought he's a mile out. They don't follow through. They jab it, don't they?
100%.
Cristiano was the first person to see do that. They jab it. They don't follow through the ball.
No.
That's where they get the dip.
Correct.
Swerving dip.
It's amazing, isn't it? Imagine the goals you and I had scored if we'd learned how to take free kicks like that. Do you ever take a free kick?
The only jabs I get now at the hospital.
But they do. They run up and go whoosh, like,
yeah.
It's not a whoosh all the way through.
No.
It's a...
Mind you, it was a great start.
Oh, it was fantastic. I told you what happened when I'm sitting watching the couch with a wee man. And I swear to God, he come up and hit it. And we just looked at each other, right? And went, wow.
Yeah.
What a goal.
Yeah.
Brilliant goal.
Well.
But I still thought that was a disappointing game as well. I tell you what I think as well while I'm at it. I think a bit of the stick Arteta's getting's a bit unfair, is it not?
I think so. But I'll be honest with you, I still think Arsenal will go very close.
So do I.
Honestly. And the other big game before the Tottenham boys started on me, I reckon it was diabolical at Spurs.
At the weekend?
Yeah. So I had one granddaughter go with Dad to Spurs, and had the other one go to Portman Road. Yeah, with all the Ipswich gear on. It was so funny watching the
brilliant,
reaction. But I reckon Spurs were murder. Terrible.
Mind you, only thing I would say...
Bournemouth?
Aye. I don't mind Bournemouth.
Yeah.
You could argue a little bit unlucky not to get anything at Liverpool.
Yeah. No, you're right.
I think Bournemouth a good team, mate.
Right, well, we're going to tune into the talkSPORT app or wherever you get your podcast from, right? I'm really interested. The Scottish Premiership. I think Maida, I even thought he might have gone before the window shut. He's not the same player,
mate.
No, he's not the same player.
Doesn't look the same player.
By the way, I don't want to fuel speculation, but Brendan doesn't look right either.
No, I agree. Body language. I thought, but well, Jink, let's be honest. I think Brendan will be unhappy with the window, won't he?
Yeah. It's happened before, but I just feel, there's something missing. And I don't want to say the players are not playing from, because that's wrong. I don't know what's going on internally. But there's too many Celtic players are like almost, I'm not saying they don't care, but they're totally different players to last year.
Do you think I had a wee go yesterday, the lack of Scots in the Rangers team? Yeah, maybe a wee element. I know you've got to be good enough to play. I get all that nonsense. Then we can have a discussion about
You're talking about the meaning of a derby, what it means to City and the Scottish nation.
Aye. I mean, even look at the one last season at Ibrox.
Yeah.
There was, I know it sounds stupid, but there was only 2 bookings and they both came in the last 2 minutes, and it was two of the young lads that come. Two of the young lads.
Yeah. Joke.
One of the boys, one of the local boys at Celtic, an Irish lad at Celtic, and the local boy at Rangers. I don't. Maybe there is an element in that.
Well, there's something wrong. Put it up with the Scottish Premiership spent £40.5 million this summer, versus this is what you're up against, £3.19 billion spent with the Premier League.
Wow.
Right, that means the English Premier League spent nearly 80 times more. Right, which is ridiculous. There were only 12 players bought for money in the Scottish Premier.
Wow.
Shermott from Everton to Rangers were the biggest fee. 10 million was the biggest fee. 10 mil.
Even then, I don't know. I said yesterday, I have got everything crossed that the boy comes in and batters in all sorts of goals. Right, I really do. But he's young, man, and there's no indication there's a lot of goals there.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, why would you not spend 8 million and go and get the boy Seamer that played before and was a success, and even Cherney? Go and get Cherney again. Just so he can run up and down that touchline at your place soaking you all.
Well, talking about running up and down the touchline, the new Celtic boy got his debut. He never went past anyone, did he?
Yeah, he didn't, mate.
It's a big game to chuck him into away from home at Ibrox, but he just kept coming inside, doing it simple.
I know. But
I would add Forrest on right away. Get on.
yeah,
It's not working. Get on.
Knows the game.
Anyway.
Did he come inside right away for us?
Oh dear, fans of Scottish football, this is your morning. Give us a call, 03717 223344. What is going on? How do you fix a problem with football north of the border? Just how big is that gap now to England? And are the Tartan Army actually doing all right considering? Let us know. 6:14.
is nothing short of sensational. Don't look at me like that. Don't even look at me like that.
I reckon if I pulled 6 guys off the street out there, I could get a sound similar to that. I do, honestly. Wait, 90?
That is... I'm guessing you know who it is. It must be written in front of you.
Sex Pistols, they are why are we playing it. Steve Jones turns 70 today. And happy birthday Gareth Southgate as well.
Is Steve Jones 70 today?
Yeah, 70.
I read somewhere he's broke his wrist. And they've cancelled the American tours because Steve Jones has broke his wrist.
Is he a guitarist then?
Yes, they will work to...
We might have been a drummer. We might have played the tambourine.
I'll get a useless piece of information. I had lunch, a most ridiculous lunch in Los Angeles with Steve Jones, guitarist of Sex Pistols, and Vinnie Jones. Yeah. I was going to do a series called Lunch with the Joneses.
Vinnie can sing better than that guy.
I'm not sure. He couldn't that day.
I'm looking forward to the...
That's not him singing anyway.
I'm looking forward to the Gentleman second series.
Yeah. It's great, Vinnie.
Have you seen the Jackal yet?
No, I've not.
Oh, very, very good. I mean, very good. And then I watched Hostage last night as well. That was good.
What'd you watch?
Hostage.
Oh, me and Ian have started watching this Scottish one. Very good, by the way. Is it Department Q or something it's called?
Oh, brilliant. In Edinburgh.
Oh!
Yeah, brilliant.
How good's that?
I've seen it ages ago. I see that. Brilliant.
Magic, isn't it?
Yeah, brilliant. Oh, by the way, it's scary later on.
Is it? We're only 1.5 in.
Not nice later on.
Well, it's got those undercurrents already, mate, hasn't it?
Oh, this is horrible. What happened? I knew it. He just winked at me. I knew it.
Now remember, we're on camera now. Right, just be very, very careful nowadays. Anyway, I had lunch with Steve Jones, Vinnie Jones, lunch with the Joneses, and it was great. Great lunch in Los Angeles.
Hold on a minute. What were you doing in LA? Were you stopping over, going to Australia somewhere?
I think I was going to my film premiere, believe it or not.
Your film premiere? With Bobby Duvall?
Bobby wasn't here, but Kevin Costner was here.
Was he? He wasn't in it.
No, but he introduced it.
Did he? Oh, he just died yesterday.
Who?
Katanga. Dance with Wolves. You know, the Indian chief.
Oh, I thought it was Kevin Costner.
No, he's still going.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh.
Very sad. You know what I mean?
I know, of course I do. That was a great movie.
Oh, loved it.
That was probably his best movie.
Loved it.
I didn't like, what was the other one? Was it?
Baseball.
Waterworld, was it? What?
Oh, no, I didn't watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. He's really good. Anyway, I'm losing track here. Let's look at today's back pages with Tesco Mobile for business.
The Back Page Review on talkSPORT with Tesco Mobile for Business. Got a side hustle providing doggy daycare? Take the lead with business phone bills for up to 40% less than the big 3 networks. For verification, see tescomobile.com/business.
Bicycle. This is just why you shouldn't ride bikes, but maybe this is because I don't actually know how to ride a bike, if I'm being completely honest.
You don't know how to ride a bike? As in, like, without stabilisers?
Yeah, blame my mother. She got me a scooter instead.
Well, that's the project. We'll get a small bike and we can do it around the corridors.
You're a wind-up.
I'm telling you the truth. Like, if you gave me a bike, I'd fall off it.
That was one of the first things my old man did.
What's the best film you've seen?
Yes, I know what you're going to talk about.
Yeah, go on.
Newman and
Raindrops keep falling on my head.
Raindrops keep falling on my head.
Anyway, I never know who's going to walk through that door. It's like
it's just like, what do you call it?
you know what I mean?
Stars in your eyes.
Aye, I never know who's going to review the back pages, but it's Angelina.
The ultimate star is here. So
Shabana be happy.
You're not wrong. Competition's not fierce though, Angelina.
No. Slim pickings.
Single Sam won't. But well, you got a hand bet. Oh, meow! And Angelina, watch out for Shaban.
I know. No, we love Shabana. Sam's got his weekend.
You just said she was murder.
Never. I would never say that.
What have we got?
Should we get into these back pages and avoid me not being able to ride a bike? Because it's a bit embarrassing.
Like incredible.
I wanted to talk about Alan Shearer back page of the Sun,
Yeah,
he raps Isak. So he has slammed him for making mugs out of fans. So Isak, of course, down tools, managed to get his move to Liverpool on deadline day. He's tried to repair the damage because he said that he'll be forever grateful to the club. But Shearer has said, I don't think it's done anyone any good. It's a really bad look for football, for fans, as they're the paying public, the ones that make this great game of ours. So our players, and this also is directed towards Johan Wisser as well.
Yeah.
Are they really making mugs out of fans?
Oh, yeah. Well, they're taking the mickey, aren't they? They're letting the fans down.
Well,
of course they are.
I think the clubs are letting the fans down as well.
In what way?
I think they keep putting prices up.
Oh, yeah. But
Keep
that's
putting
a
prices
issue.
up.
Yeah.
And to be honest, the income from fans now is only a tiny part
I know.
of a football club's budget. Yeah. But they know, well, let's take Celtic, for instance, right? Celtic know whatever they do, they're going to have 60,000 every home game.
Yes.
Right? They know I'm not saying they can get away with it, but they know they'll come. They'll come. They'll come. You see Brendan's face, it's tripping him. You know what I mean? His face is tripping him at the moment. And it's just the way football is. The player power has never been stronger. Never. I think we're going to.
No, I agree with you. But getting back to that question, I think they are, because you think, I was talking to those Newcastle fans down at Aston Villa, and every one of them, a man, felt let down.
Do you think they'll ever be able to forgive him because of the Carabao Cup win?
Some will.
Some won't.
Yeah,
some won't.
Yeah, they'll be the silent. I was going to say silent minority. There'll still be a lot of fans who say, "What a player he was for us! What a shame."
Well, he was.
Yeah.
Maybe with time. Maybe with time they'll be able to do it that way.
Well, every time he goes back to St James's, he'll get pelters.
Yeah,
for sure.
And there's your answer.
I bet he's happy that Liverpool, Newcastle up there has already been done.
Yeah.
And it might not happen next season, because he'll probably have a great season down tools and go to Real Madrid.
Same tactics. Now, one player who didn't have those tactics of downing tools is Mark Gahey.
Yep.
So obviously his move to Liverpool did not happen. Crystal Palace pulled the plug on it. Oliver Glasner stepped in and basically said that he would leave the club if they sold Mark Gahey. There's now talk over him releasing a statement, which I personally think, don't release the statement, just crack on now, because what can you do? The window's closed. But that he could give up the captain's armband, and there's talk over if he's going to snub a new Palace deal, because at the moment he would go for free in the summer. I understand he's frustrated, but is this really the right thing to do after playing nice all summer to now start, kicking up a bit of a fuss?
Right. What I should say, if he goes in the summer a free, why sign a new deal? He's off his head. Just hopefully you keep fit. Hopefully big clubs still want you.
Yeah.
And fill your boots. I think that's different.
Oh, that's 100% different, but I agree with you. I think... I'll tell you what I'll say to you, Angelina. I think he's done his talking by not opening his mouth. And I think he's been brilliant.
Yeah.
I really do. He's not opened his mouth. He's not
so
complained.
professional.
He's bound to have been 100% professional. He's bound to have been disappointed at the outcome, because he's probably thinking to himself, I'm going here, this is done. It hasn't happened for him, for whatever reason. Oliver Glasner, if I'm in Oliver Glasner's shoes, I'm doing the exact same.
Yeah.
But the only thing Mark Gahey's got to decide now is whether he signs a contract, because they must offer him a contract.
Yeah.
If you're Palace, you have to offer him an extension of contract, and a very, very lucrative one. If he's made up his mind he's not signing it, he's going to end the season for a free. The one thing I would think, looking at him, you could almost guarantee he will give 100% training, 100% every time he pulls on that Palace jersey.
Yeah.
The bottom line is, all that he is duty bound to do is honour that contract, and he's the type of guy that will honour it.
And Angelina, the difference is he's still going to get good wages wherever he goes.
Yeah.
This is it. He's not on the breadline, is he?
No, but he's going to walk away. Look, I'm guessing. Let me go on a minimum. He's going to walk away with a minimum 10, 15 million quid in his pocket.
Yeah.
All right, he's got to pay tax, but he will get that to himself. Palace lose out. So this is bad business from Crystal Palace. They're keeping the fans happy. We're keeping them to the end of the season, but it is bad business.
And the fact that this gay conversation was going on all summer, the fact that they didn't have a replacement lined up. I get you don't want to part ways, but like you say, it's bad business. You should have somebody lined up.
Do you know what I mean, Ali?
Yeah, I agree with you totally. Well, to a certain degree, Liverpool did the same thing with Salah, Trent, and Salah, wasn't it? Big Virgil, I beg your pardon.
Yeah.
let the contracts run to the final year. And it just shows you how difficult it is. The clubs have got to be on top of it. With 2 years to go, where your top players, you've either 18 months to go, you've just seriously got to think about either offering them a new contract or getting money from them.
Shouldn't there be a clause in there saying you must, if we give you a long-term contract over 2 years, you must stay with us for at least 2/3 of that contract, unless we sell you, or is it lawyers again?
I'm up to lawyers, but if you're a club, there's nobody going to accept that in their contract.
What's the point of having a 6-7 year deal?
What's the point of having a contract?
Exactly.
I'm with you.
Exactly. Yeah. Angelina, I'm sure there's more to come. We'll talk later. Thank you. There's a couple of them line bikes over the road, line in the side of the gutter. Why don't you try one of them?
I'll end up in that hospital round the corner with a broken
what
arm.
a disgrace, honestly. 6:28.
The Back Page Review on talkSPORT with Tesco Mobile for Business. Got a side hustle providing doggy daycare? Take the lead with business phone bills for up to 40% less than the big three networks. For verification, see tescomobile.com/business.
official tinny.
What, are we talking Drive or are we talking Numpty Club?
It's got to be Drive. It's got to be those two, isn't it?
Do you reckon?
Or it could be.
It could be the Numpty Club.
Oh, it could be.
Let's find out. talkSPORT Breakfast with me, Alan Brazil Ally McCoist, Anwar Clark. Get the UK's best used car deals guaranteed. Now, a week ago today, who can ever forget a moment that will live long in the memory for all football fans? Let's remind ourselves as what happened next.
And Burma with a little jogging run up has missed. It's in the underside of the bar. And Grimsby Town have knocked Manchester United out of the League Cup.
Yeah, Grimsby shocked the football world and knocked United out of the Carabao Cup, but there's been a shocking revelation. I wasn't aware of this, Ali. Grimsby themselves have admitted to fielding an ineligible player. And I've been fined 20 grand. But talkSPORT's 20 grand, that all. Listen, don't get me wrong, it's Grimsby, but how much did they get for beating United and knocking them out? Anyway, they've been fined 20 grand, but talkSPORT's Andy Goldstein, a big red, has called for a harsher punishment. Have a listen.
He played, I think, 19 minutes. He came on 71, right? Played 19 minutes, there or thereabouts. He shouldn't have been on that pitch. He shouldn't have been on the pitch.
Yeah, fact.
Right? Irrelevant, 59 seconds, 59 minutes, whatever. He should not have been on that pitch because they didn't register him in time.
Mm-hmm.
If there was a moment in those 19 minutes that he was on the pitch where he intercepted a pass or kicked the ball out of play or did something that stopped Man United getting the ball closer to the Grimsby goal, you have to ask yourself, if he wasn't there, could Man United have maybe scored a goal that day or that night? And if the answer's maybe, you have to question whether or not Grimsby Town should be allowed in the competition.
Do you know what? Right?
You have to. I know it's nuts.
No, but I understand what you're saying, and I agree. Rules are there, but it feels from a purist, it just feels awful that the fact that they might lose their spot because it's one of the greatest nights ever in their history. Right?
Yeah.
We had Charles on, who was integral to them getting through that tie, and I get it. Rules are to be broken. I mean, how are you supposed to register a player? Is it online? Because I
don't know. That's not our problem.
Look, Wi-Fi might have been down. Might have been a delay. It was a bit slow. So maybe that's why.
Go on 4G. Go on 5G.
Maybe it wasn't working.
Oh, then you can't play him.
No,
but then you can't play him.
My question would be, how late was it? We're talking about a minute or two, or I don't know.
Doesn't matter, though, does it? If he's late, he's late.
I know, but come on. You know.
No, I know what you're saying, but I think they're very lucky.
Do you?
Aye, I do.
So reinstate Man United?
No, I'm not sure I'd go that far. But I think
if you're going to kick them out, then United must go through.
Well, I'll ask you a question. What would have happened?
A minute late.
What would have happened if it doesn't matter whether it's 10 seconds or 10 minutes or 10.
You're always more than a minute late.
Correct. I'm an aficionado and timekeeping. Not a good one, I have to say, but well, I think they're lucky. Do you not think they're lucky? I'll ask you a question.
What?
What would the clamour have been like if it had been the other way about? Man United had played eligible player.
I think it would be the same.
No. By the way, you think Arsenal fans and Liverpool fans have been on, okay, it's just one of these things.
1 minute late, come on.
Doesn't matter.
Look, at the end of the day, United were murdered, they were pants.
Terrible. And it's one of the greatest nights. We'll all remember it. Of course we will. It was fantastic.
Yeah, okay, fine them 20 grand. 20 grand's probably a lot of money to them.
It will be.
You know what I mean? But
it absolutely will be.
If it was United, if it was the other way, it'd be more than 20 grand. Put it that way.
At least. There'd be a clamour to get them out of the tournament, and you and I both know it.
Yeah.
What's
your message to Goldstein then?
Just got to live with it, mate.
He was the player, he actually missed a penalty.
Goldstein?
Yeah. The player in question was actually the Grimsby player to miss a penalty.
It was, he missed a penalty.
They only won 7 grand for winning that game. 7 grand? They must have got more than that. They must have got more than 7,000. Barnsley were knocked out of the FA Cup in 2023 for the same offence. There you go. Now, the president has been set. So is this the last we'll hear of this, or is there going to be more?
No, I think
next round will be soon.
Yeah. It's the last you'll hear of it, I think. Well, Man United will probably do the classy thing and just go on with it. That's what they should do.
Yeah, I agree. But, yeah. No, I think you're right. Yeah, they should have a bit of class.
Yes.
The planning... Right, here we go. Now, the transfer window slammed shut on Monday night, but City announced the latest signing yesterday morning in Donnarumma, who will wear the number 25 shirt, while United also brought in a keeper for 18 million in Lamens. So have they made the right signings? First of all, I think City need more than a goalkeeper, Ali, with a great respect.
Well, miles to go. But I did say right at the start of the season, I thought City would probably sneak into Champions League places.
Yeah. But do you think they will, what you've seen so far?
I'm not sure. It's very early.
Look at Spurs. Great start and then pants at the weekend. I mean, my son-in-law was there and he went, it's one of the worst performances I've seen.
It's amazing that, because I saw them. I've seen them twice already this season, Spurs. Oh, and I think they looked like the real deal. They looked great. They were great.
Solid.
Yeah, against a proper middle three. Bentancur, Paulinho, and was it Sarr played, and I thought they looked excellent in Udine against PSG, and I thought they were terrific in Manchester.
Yeah.
But I think Bournemouth are more than capable of doing that.
Harry always tells that, doesn't he, Harry Redknapp?
Yeah.
I know it's his local club, but he says the club...
He's done some job there, Harry, I tell you.
OK, so we're talking Donnarumma, we're talking laymen, so have they made the right sounds? Let's find out a European football expert and say a very good morning to Kevin Hatchard. Kevin,
good morning, Kev, how are you?
Morning, guys. Very good.
Kev, we're just saying here, listen, Donnarumma, I think, is a great addition, but is he going to make City challenges, to win the Premier League, to be first 1, 2, 3 in the Champions, get into the Champions League? I'm not so sure. I think they need more than just a top-class goalkeeper, and I think he is top-class.
Yeah, I think they've got issues, certainly in terms of teams breaking against them. I mean, they haven't solved that at all. Every time you think that they are maybe on the mend, they throw in a performance like that one against Al Hilal in the Club World Cup in the summer, or the one that we've just seen against Brighton. Every time you think that Pep's been in the lab working it all out and finding the solutions, they go back to what they were before. I think when Rodri maybe is properly up to speed and back to his best, maybe that might change things a bit. But in terms of Donnarumma...
Kev, do you know what I mean? It's when they lost Rodri, they went wrong, didn't they? But how can one player in a team like that, the value of that, the other starting 10, I find it remarkable one player can make so much of a difference.
Yeah, but I think there's something weird about that position, right? Because if you take Gravenberch out of Liverpool, they're suddenly a lot weaker than they were. It shouldn't be like that. There should be like multiple players you can plug into that position. But with Rodri, you're talking about probably the best in his position. But in terms of Donnarumma, I'm fascinated by this because in the Champions League, second half of the Champions League, he was absolutely outstanding. We know that.
Yes.
Made save after save after save. And you didn't see the kind of flaws that he has, in the sense that he is hesitant when he's under pressure with the ball at his feet. He can flap at things when you have set plays. So I'm sure that Pep will have ideas and he will work on him with that, and he'll believe that at 26 he can still improve the technical aspects of his game. But in terms of his shot stopper,
keeper, is it? It's nothing for
yeah, exactly. And this is the interesting thing, because look at what he's achieved at 26. He was a goalkeeper for Milan as a teenager. He's been playing high level for a long, long time. He's won a European Championship with Italy that he was huge in. And I think what's really big about him is he's a big game player. We've seen that in the Champions League time and time again. But there's a reason Luis Enrique moved him on.
Why? Okay, why is it? Because I'm looking at Chevalier, they brought in, clearly a good goalkeeper. But tell me the reason Enrique would get rid of that goalkeeper like that.
Well, his reason was, and he took this on his shoulders, Luis Enrique, he said, this is on me. He said he's a great guy, Donnarumma. He was brilliant for us in the Champions League, but I am looking for a different profile of goalkeeper. And clearly what he wants is a player who's more comfortable with the ball at his feet. Now, there are some that say, well, Chevalier's good, but it's not like an enormous upgrade. Yeah. But clearly, I mean, we've seen this with Luis Enrique. If he doesn't want you as part of his squads and he's decided that he's going to make that change, then he makes it. So Donnarumma's ended up being on the wrong side of that.
Kev, got to ask you, mate, well, I've got you here. Ten Hag. I mean...
Oh, sacked, didn't he, after 2 games?
I know. I mean, that's got to be a bit harsh, is it not, mate?
I think this is to do with stuff behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And I think if you look at some of the signs in pre-season even, there was a game that they played against Flamengo's youth team and they got absolutely hammered. And Ten Hag apparently wanted that game brought forward in the schedule, and then he complained that the players weren't ready and weren't fit enough. That didn't go down well with the bosses. You look at the Granit Xhaka situation, he came out publicly and said he's not leaving, he's got 3 years left on his contract. I'm adamant that he has to stay. Days later, he'd gone.
Yeah.
So that says to me, there's a coach who's not on the same page as the sporting director, Simon Rolfes. The other thing was, he was playing a back three. How often has Ten Hag played a back three previously? And Rolfes that was what Xabi Alonso had played previously. And Rolfes had come out publicly and said, well, the squad is geared towards back three. So I think that's what we'll be playing. So at no stage did it really work. And I commentated on his last game, actually, on Saturday. They were 3-1 up away at Werder Bremen, 11 men against 10.
That's
they had a
right.
man advantage and they collapsed completely.
Yeah.
So it tells you a lot.
Yeah. Kev, thank you.
Thanks, Kev. Have a good day, mate.
Come
Cheers,
out way
guys.
from a Geordie who was absolutely convinced Isak was going to stay. How does he feel right now, and is he happy that he's gone? We'll find out more 6:45. This is talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark. Get £750 off any used electric car or home charger. Ali's alongside me. Our biggest competition today is now live. We're giving you a chance to win Oasis tickets plus a whopping £25,000. 2 lucky winners, not one, but 2 will win a pair of Oasis tickets when they return to Wembley September 27. Plus, that's not all. Alongside the tickets, we're giving you the chance to win a whopping 25 grand.
Not bad, that, is it, eh?
That's brilliant. For all the details on how to enter this amazing competition, listen up right now.
18 plus, UK excluding Northern Ireland. For a chance to win, text the word Oasis to 83338 and you're in the draw. Text costs £2 plus 1 standard network rate message. You must have the bill payer's permission. Or you can enter for free by calling 0330 880 338. All entries must be received by the 19th of September at 9 a.m. This is a TalkSPORT limited promotion run on TalkSPORT, Talk and Virgin Radio UK stations. Full terms and conditions at talksport.com.
Right, as the dust continues to settle on Isak's £125 million deadline day transfer to Liverpool, one Newcastle United influencer and the rest of his fan base are licking their wounds. Ali, how would you rate Newcastle's summer?
All right, actually, tell you the truth. Obviously, the big talking points, Isak leaving.
Yeah, and Gordon getting sent off.
Gordon getting sent off.
They were on the right go, weren't they?
They've got Alanga. Ramsey they brought in 2 centre forwards. Yeah, I would suggest it's all right, to tell you the truth.
What kind of welcome will he get? But well, we know that, don't we? There's no point talking about it. I think at least for his sake, they played Newcastle at St James's. Thoughts on the club's bitter 27-word word statement. Do you reckon the fans forgive Newcastle for this, or is it all Isak?
I think it's all Isak.
Because the owner went to his house, didn't he, to try
that's what they say. I mean,
to try and save the deal.
What's Eddie Howe supposed to do? I mean, he's the fall guy in this. He's losing the best centre forward in Europe.
He's done well, by the way, hasn't he?
Of course he has.
He said, "Look, I'm not dealing with it. Leave me alone."
Yeah. I mean, what's he meant to do? If his centre forward throws his toys at the pram, there's not an awful lot you can do because we've mentioned already, player power. Yeah. You know.
Talking about that, just quickly, briefly. Rangers, do they make a move? Do they make a change? Does that save them that draw?
I don't know if it saves them that draw. I think the window closing was always going to be the time to say, right, let's have a look at you now when you've got your own players in, which is fair enough. Spend a few quid, Rangers. You know, as I say, I'm genuinely get Evan cross that this boy hits the ground running because he'll have to. Because you get rid of Dessers, you can say what I like about Dessers. He scored goals. You know, it wasn't everybody's cup of tea, and you know. Infuriate people at certain times, right? But you know, I think he knew where the back of the net was.
Do you know who's having a hard time, I think, at the moment? Look, it's early on the season. McGregor's having he was anonymous for me.
But do you know, think Rangers in particular have kind of found out how to play against Callum, and they just put somebody on him straight away because everything goes through Callum at Celtic.
Yeah.
So the boy Asgard, who I thought was quiet, but you notice Rangers now, any time they lose possession, there's somebody goes on Callum immediately and doesn't let him go on the ball, which makes sense because he's the one in the middle of the park that will run the game. So from that point of view, yeah, maybe taking them a while, Rangers, to work that one out.
I've never seen Celtic pass the ball so sloppy.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Shocking they kept giving the ball away. Anyway, we move on, right? We move on because that's gone. Jamie Vardy is signed. Ed, give us a bit of music. Cheer us up. Come on.
Volare, oh,
Jamie Vardy,
having a party. Let's fly way up to the clouds.
So Jamie signed for newly promoted Serie A side Cremonese on a free transfer, officially ending his run of 20 consecutive professional and semi-professional, let's not forget that, seasons in English football. Those of you watching on the YouTube and Smart TV will be able to see Vardy posing with a violin. Vardy's known for his caffeine intake, particularly Red Bulls, and that's been in the news this morning, hasn't it?
Tell you something.
Eh?
I'd have gone and get him.
Celtic?
No, I'm Rangers. Remember?
Celtic,
well, why would I want Celtic to go and get him?
I'd have got him. Celtic, yeah.
Well, yeah, the both of us would, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
You're not going to tell me not even playing all the games, he wouldn't get 20 goals this year. Do you not think so?
No, I agree.
I don't know if MD inquired about it or there was a stumbling.
Mrs. Vardy didn't face the house, or
Oh, she'd have loved Princess Square in the Italian centre. No. By the way, our city centre's a disgrace. Don't start on me, honest. I was in a girls' street yesterday. Oh my God, Alan.
In what way?
It's chewing gum, cigarettes, butts, and the pavement's filthy. There's not any stores anymore. It's all vape stores. And
Really?
remember, it used to be brilliant for shopping.
Yeah.
You don't hear a Glaswegian
Bus
accent.
Bus into Scenic Square, walk into Argyle Street.
Correct.
Yeah, Buchanan Street.
Correct, up the hill. It's so disappointing, our city centre, mate.
Well, it's not just Glasgow.
No,
is it?
I know it's not.
Okay, we'll talk all day about that. 6:56, still to come in breakfast.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Download the new improved app to easily manage your accounts and quotes.
Looking forward to Glen Eagles, by the way, September.
Magic, yes. It's a Friday, isn't it?
It's going to be great.
Brilliant.
Glen Eagles will be beautiful.
Brilliant.
Now, listen up, we've got a special treat on the way for you. We're bringing back an old favourite, yes.
Right, and I'll bet you this wins it with everybody. Toast. I mean, who in their right mind doesn't love the smell of toast?
Yeah, toast is toast. I had a wee bit of toast at about 12 minutes past 3 this morning.
Why?
Joe was down. Coffee and toast.
Oh, brilliant. I'm a tea and toast man.
Yeah.
There's some, see when you get it right out of toast and it's hot and you get the butter on it.
Oh, it's got a bit
magic.
proper butter.
But how do you like your toast? I actually like mine well done.
No.
No?
I'm sort of just normal.
I quite like it fired.
I like that is it sourdough?
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Wee Viv's got me into that.
Oh, yes,
The
lovely.
sourdough's meant to be good for you.
Is that?
Yeah, oh, that's meant to be the best of the lot.
I'm a bit late starting, but I'll try it. That's right. Hopefully we'll cheer up because we've given you, the listener, the chance to ask Alistair Murdoch McCoist anything you want. Get your messages in 03717 223344. That's the number you need. By the way, quick word on East Kilbride.
What a start. What a hat-trick your boy got at the weekend. Up before, I think. His fourth goal was a belter hat-trick.
And who owns that now?
Kenny, Big James and Paul are running it, man. You met the boys down it here.
Celtic boys.
Big Celtic boys. Great lads. So pleased for them. Because I went to the first game, you know. And who did I bump into the first game? Paul McStay.
Aye.
And Paul's living in Australia. I hadn't seen Paul for years. Anyway, he's up watching the game. They're playing, I want to say Spartans. And they 2 or 3 out. And they got a bit of going over, to tell you the truth. And I thought, just wondering if maybe the jump up's too much for them. They've won every game since. Shows you what I know.
Brilliant.
And they're flying, and it's just great to see. Vigilante not anymore.
Why is that? The Celtic boys didn't want him?
Oh, wee man's golfing now. Oh no, they got on great. No, it's nothing like I can tell you right now. Wee man's he's just playing golf. He's away to Spain. He's working with Rangers, and he's got some gig in Spain this week. I want to Vigilante actually when I grow up, to tell you the truth.
That was a look ahead with our good friends at Travis Perkins.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Get free next day track delivery. Head to travisperkins.co.uk or download the app.
the top. At the bottom, it isn't quite the same. Even for those on the rise, there's not an awful lot of cash in the boxing world, and if you're just starting out, well, it can be a very costly exercise indeed. But don't take my word for it. Here's the former European champion talkSPORT's Spencer Oliver.
You're turning professional and you're boxing, let's say, York Hall on a non-televised fight. You have to sell tickets to earn any money, but you have to cover the wages of your opponent as well. So if you don't have the ability to be able to sell enough tickets, you effectively have to pay to fight.
A far cry then from Jake Paul facing Mike Tyson in 2024, when the purse was reported to be around £48 million. But the vast amounts of cash lining the top dog's pockets isn't the norm in a typical fight.
Let's say you're lucky and you get between 5 and 10 grand. You're going to get 10 grand max for that. 10% goes to the trainer, 25% goes to the manager. Then we've got the tax man to pay as well. So we're cutting that money in at least half. So now you've got 5 grand for a 10-week camp. So you're talking about a guy here earning, he might be clearing 500 quid a week. How do you support a family on that? So boxers chase the dream. And, you know, there's probably 2% of them that actually make it.
So say you do make it and you start to rise up the ranks. Strikers Boxing, a training academy, says the mid-tier fighters can earn more, somewhere between £10,000 and £50,000 a fight, depending on record, profile, opponent and popularity of weight class. It's only at the top level does the real cash start flowing in, with the top-tier professionals, i.e. those going for titles, earning 6 figures a fight. Something else you'll have heard of is the terms prize fighter or journeyman. A prize fighter is, as it sounds, someone who picks up fights where they can and gets a nice big check if they win. Journeymen are the fighters who take on up-and-comers, effectively used for experience in the ring. Even if they're going up against the real prospects, a young Anthony Joshua, for example, these guys will be lucky to earn more than 10 grand. So the average boxer isn't as rich as you'd think.
This is talkSPORT Breakfast with me, Brazil, Ally McCoist and Arnold Clark. Get the UK's best used car deals guaranteed. By the way, back page of the Daily Mail, you should read that. Embarrassing. FA humiliated as Nottingham Forest win legal battle over bias on appeal panel. Maybe we'll bring you more on that later. But it's not good for the FA. But now, it was quite the transfer window, and it was, well, yeah, it's a good one. And it just showed kick-off and throw a tantrum, and you get your dream move.
Cuts onto his right foot, going to pull the trigger now, and finds the bottom corner. Alexander Isak.
Who does he think he is, by the way?
Correct.
Disgusting. What that club's done for you.
Worth the wait.
Go on.
A 3-word tweet from Liverpool. Alexander Isak confirmed.
Vlado Lemic, Alexander Isak's agent. It's nice when you have someone to be with, but it's even nicer when you know who you'll never be with again.
Rossi back for Visser! 3-1!
And one stinker goes out, one stinker comes in. Well done, Newcastle. You've got one coming in doing the same thing to Brentford.
Good drop to Gehi. Gehi with a curler! What a moment! Oh, wow. A captain's contribution. Wow. Oh, wow. Mark Gehi.
It's our decision what happens. So from my side, it's clear we have to keep Mark.
That move to Liverpool is off.
Being professional, doing things the right way, doesn't get you what you want.
Who was that? The chunk? That's off. Move to Liverpool for Isak.
Was it? I wasn't.
Both
No,
Isak
it might have been.
and Visa both kicked off, refusing to train and play just so they could force through the moves. But Mark Gay, who remained professional throughout, captained the club, scored a crack as well at the weekend.
Brilliant
His move
goal.
to Liverpool collapsed in the final moments of deadline day. So how is that fair, eh? Former Liverpool and Palace manager Roy Hodgson joined the show yesterday morning and claimed this summer has been, well, it's a bad show for football, he says.
I don't think it reflects well on football. I don't think it reflects well. The transfer window itself is becoming an exciting period of time for the average punter who maybe without an interest in a particular club or a particular player enjoys the saga and the drama and the will it, won't it. But I don't think that's good for football, really, I must say. And it's all very well saying that, being a model professional is the thing to be. And I, of course, would certainly back that wholeheartedly, having worked in football with players all my life. But I'm sad to say that if you desperately wanted to move, then it doesn't look as though it's the right thing to do going forward. It looks like the right thing to do is what Risa and Isak have done. And unfortunately, that I don't think bodes well for the game, because people who are really desperate for a move be thinking, well, hold on, if I do what Mark Gay did and play right up to the end, the chances are I won't get the move.
Well, Hodgson on talkSPORT Breakfast yesterday, so we thought we'd get a little bit more on this. Cross over to a man who knows a thing or two about dealing with players and transfers. Of course, everyone's favourite director of football at posh Peterborough United, Barry Fry, joins us. Barry, good morning.
Good morning, Barry.
Good morning, gentlemen. I tried to sign you, but I couldn't afford the fee talkSPORT wanted for you. I'm desperate for a goal, mate.
Well,
Barry, know all about
Barry,
goals.
we'll hold out and we'll do
Barry.
we won't do breakfast anymore. We'll do that naughty show in the evening.
Barry, I'm going to say to you, mate, we're the very two that will down tools and come to you, mate.
Barry, what about player powers more? This is as strong as it's ever been, hasn't it? It's more than ever.
I've been in the game 65 years now, ever since I left school, and this is the worst window I've been dealing with since 1974.
Wow.
It's agents, players, they're dictating the game. They're threatening to go on strike. They do go on strike if you attempt to fine them because they're not available for selection. The PFA jump in. It's a nightmare for clubs up and down the country. And, of course, the bigger the club, the bigger the loss.
I was going to say to you, Barry, PFA, are they helpful or not?
Not towards clubs, no. Their job's to look after their players, and they do. We've had the worst pre-season ever. I've been at Peterborough now. This is my 30th year, and it's been an absolute nightmare. We've signed 15 players because we lost a lot. Well, we sold a lot, and it's difficult to get replacements, and out of 15 players, we've still got 10 injured, haven't made their debuts yet because they come in and just before the season started, excellent during pre-season, and then the week before we had injury after injury after injury, and then you've got to go and get more players to cover for that position because they're long-term. It's an absolute nightmare this window's been for us.
Barry, I'm looking at it and listening to you there. It's as if the contracts nowadays are just a bit worthless.
Well, they are, yeah. And our problem is, over the years, we give a lot of lower league players the opportunity. We put them in the shop window, they blossom, they do brilliant. And 22 players have left us and become millionaires. So all the players that they need behind, they talk. And, of course, all the players don't want to commit themselves to us because they want to go, so they let their contracts run down no matter what we offer them.
Yeah.
And we've lost players. You know, we lost 2 players that we turned down 8 million. And because we had one since he was 8 years old and he's 21 now. So we had a £6 million bid for him. His agent didn't agree. And at the end of his contract, he's took him abroad. So we get nothing.
So Barry, so the rule now, I would suggest is, look, when a player's half good now, we brought them through, just sell. Anyone comes in, just sell, get rid, and we move on. We'll find another young star.
Well, exactly right. I mean, we had this problem. Obviously, the manager wants to keep his best players. And, you know, you could say that if we didn't keep the players and we'd sold them earlier, we wouldn't have went to Wembley. We wouldn't have won that trophy for the 3rd time in front of 75,000 against Birmingham City, who broke every record in League One that's ever been done. So, you know, we done brilliant with 4 academy boys in the team.
Wow.
So
yeah,
it's getting harder, that's for sure.
Barry, what about the concern? I think it was Michael Owen. I was reading Michael Owen the other day that he was saying, obviously with the antics of Isak and Visa, effectively, I mean, we can moan about them showing a lack of professionalism, but effectively they get their way. And then you get somebody like Mark Gay, who incidentally I think's handling himself extremely well.
Oh yeah,
right?
Different class,
yeah,
Ollie, different class.
Isn't it just me?
Yeah, he must be very, very disappointed. The Palace fans must be absolutely delighted, and the manager, but I should imagine Steve Parish is fuming.
Oh,
because he could lose this player for nothing, and his quality, both on and off the field.
Barry, Grimsby, just let me touch on. Look, I know it's been a bad start, but you've got players to come back, and I'm sure Posh will be all right. Grimsby now, it turns out, we're reading this morning, an eligible player against Manchester United. They were a minute late getting them through. They're going to have a 20 grand fine. Is that enough, or are they just unlucky?
Well, we've had that experience before. Bristol Rovers was going to buy Johnson Clark Harris off us, and the paperwork was 16 seconds too late. And because he was going, we already bought 2 replacements. So he came back, so we had a big problem. So I've been there. It's very difficult. Just shows you should do the transfers earlier than what we do. Why do we do it at the last minute? I don't know.
Dare I ask, how did the 2 replacements do for you, Barry?
They done all right. Jono didn't do all right because he thought he was on his way, and we bought him from Bristol. So it was another nightmare, lads, another nightmare.
Why are you still doing it, Barry?
I love it. I get up in the morning, I go in, I watch the under-18s train, I watch the 21s, I go and all watch their games, I go to every Posh game. It drives me crazy, but I love it. I'm so lucky to still be in the game now, aren't I?
Magic, mate. What have you got? I was looking at, is it Huddersfield you've got at the weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, another easy game, Ali.
Hey, all the best, mate.
Never a dull moment at the Posh, mate. Never a dull moment.
Get that Adrian Dunham off your back, Barry, as well. He's clinging on there.
He loves me, doesn't he?
He's only human, Barry.
Take care, Barry. Thank you.
Take care, mate.
Good luck with the Posh.
Keep up the good show, lads. Brilliant. God bless you,
boys. Thank you. Good luck with the Posh. There you go. That's his whole life, isn't it? Brilliant.
Isn't that amazing, that?
Yeah,
isn't it fantastic? That's what it's all about, man.
Okay, so hopefully gets his players back, and they're coming up with ton of attention to the influx of taller strikers. This is an interesting one in the Premier League. Is the return of the big man in football. We'll discuss that one next. Angelina. Good morning, 7:20, Barry.
Magic Barry, any magic?
You know, he was at Man United as a player.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, as a kid, yeah. He knew that's
He's one of these guys, Barry. It doesn't matter what time of the day, what time of the month, what time of the year. He's always the same, man.
Aye. And he's taken on a lot there, you know, and he's probably had to give a lot of guarantees and stuff. You got to be very, very, very wealthy to run a football club, you know, and prepare to lose a lot, haven't you? Right, what about Tottenham? Tottenham fullback Jed Spence earned his first call-up to the England squad last week off the back of an impressive campaign for Spurs. Well, the 25-year-old began out of favour. By the way, I like him a lot. I love the way he gets forward. But then became a big part of Ange's European success. Back then, he was a young 20-year-old at Middlesbrough. This is a good story. A certain Neil Warnock was his coach, and Spence had a reputation for a bit of an attitude problem at Borough, and Neil wasn't having it. He took him aside and said to him, listen, you've got to go home, son. Take a long look at yourself in the mirror, because if you keep going the way you are, you'll end up non-league. But if you make changes, you can go right to the very top. What about that, Neil?
Well, Neil would tell you, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Barry Fry, these guys just, they don't mess about. They just tell you the way it is. But it looks, I'll tell you what it does look like. It looks like he's done exactly that. Okay, he has been impressive.
Yeah.
I saw him, where did I see him? I've seen him a couple of times. And he plays in the left hand. He's quick, Alan. His rate of recovery.
I just feel now in the Premier,
you got to be quick.
You got to be
very
really quick. Yeah, I think to be a top player.
No, I know.
You know your Jan Mulbys of the world, Ronnie Whelans and stuff like that. Back in the Liverpool days, you know they controlled it, not popped the ball off first time. Nowadays, I think you need pace. It's a total different.
All over the pitch. I don't disagree.
Yeah, and he could make the World Cup squad, couldn't he?
Oh, he's got a chance. See, on current form, absolutely.
By the way, I'm worried about our games. Scotland's games.
We've got a tough opener, man.
Denmark away.
Aye. If you can take something from that, what a start that would be.
Yeah. Anyway, talking to Neil Warnock, Neil is with us tomorrow morning alongside Gabby, so don't miss talkSPORT breakfast tomorrow. Angelina's back with us now to talk tall strikers. I just looked in the paper today, Angelina, and it's incredible how many big lads we've got now.
Yeah, so in The Sun, there's an article on the very big six. So Giants aim for new heights with tall strikers. Winning the Premier League is a tall order, so that's why the big men up top are back. So if you go through them, Hugo Ekitike, 6'5", Alexander Isak.
Really? 6'5"?
Yeah, telling you. Hugo Ekitike, 6'5".
I can't believe that.
By the way, I like him.
Oh, so do I. Yeah. And I like his attitude as well. Because there's a couple of them I can't remember who he's playing.
Got a bit of, he's feisty.
Oh, he can handle it.
Yeah.
He can handle it. I would never have guessed that, Angelina.
Yeah, Isak is 6'4". Nick Voltemade, the new Newcastle striker, he's 6'6". And of course, you know, Erling Haaland, who's been around for a few seasons now, he's 6'5".
Wow.
So there's a lot of talk about how Pep Guardiola, so Gary Stonehouse in this article questions if it's the beginning of the end of the false nine trend. And he's putting all the blame on Pep because when all the possession-based football that everyone was trying to copy was the biggest thing, he caused a lot of changes in academies, at senior level, and more importance was placed on strikers, the way that they ran, that they moved. But now Pep has almost switched the trend again because he got rid of 5'8" Sergio Aguero while he departed, and then they got in Erling Haaland. So I wanted to ask, as former footballers, how tall are you both?
I used to be 5'11".
You used to be 5'11".
Yeah, till my disc went. I'm probably 5'5" now.
Ali? What are you going with?
I hit my peak, it was 5'11".
You're having a laugh.
How do you have a peak of height?
Yeah, and you get.
Of course, that's the one thing you do have a peak at height, isn't it? That's
on a Saturday.
Has it declined that much?
Aye, because you do. You get smaller as you get older.
On a Saturday in Manhattan with your platforms on, you're 5'11". You were never 5'11".
Do you wish that you were a bit taller then in life when you were a footballer?
No.
Well, man, that's just turned into a personal attack on my height.
No,
you were never 5'11".
I was.
Away you go.
I was 5'11". It was just.
We got any proof of this?
Big Hitler used to make me look small because Big Mark was about 6'3" or something like that. I was 5'11".
No, you weren't. Durante was the same height as you, and he was 5'8".
Wee Durante could walk under that table with a top hat on. He's about 5'2" or something, the wee man.
You were never 5'11".
5'10" and a half.
Ah, here we go. Now
it starts. You know what? There's a whole thing when people go on dating apps about putting the height in, and a lot of guys lie about the height.
Well, why would you lie about your height in a dating app if you're going to meet somebody?
People do it.
But why?
People do it. So, you're lying right now about how you've suddenly peaked and troughed.
To my knowledge, I'm not going on any dating apps for the next 48 hours.
No, to get in the door, once you're in the door, you think you're 5'9".
Did you
swear.
Yeah, were you putting on platforms when you met Viv, maybe, to make her think you're a bit taller?
Why would you
Spanish flares to hide the platform, to hide the heel.
I used to wear platforms. Honest to God. Do you remember the old Buffers? Do you remember Buffers? You must remember Buffers. Buffers, Angelina, had a platform sole on it like that, and it had a wee hole at the arch of your foot. I had a pair of them, man. I was running about like Crouchy at high school. I was about 6'7".
So what we've learned here is, Al, you're not fussed about how tall you are. It didn't bother you as a player, but back in your days, it was 4-4-2. Did you prefer to play with taller strikers as a result?
Yes, I did. I had Paul Mariner. Well, I played with some great strikers, but, my first initial, breakthrough was with Mariner. He was the target man. I would play off him. And I prefer that way. Celtic Rangers the weekend, I thought, play 4-4-2, get four in midfield. That's the way I was brought up. I prefer that.
I played 4-4-2 as well. But I played with one excellent big one and one excellent wee one. I mean, Big Mark was obviously fantastic. But wee Mo Johnson, man, what a player wee Mo was.
Who?
Wee Mo Johnson. He gets upset with wee Mo. He's a guster bide that mob.
I mean, both your teams, though, have signed tall strikers.
Yes.
In
right.
Mivosky and Iheanacho coming in as well. So are you happier with that? Happy having tall strikers now? Do you like that the trend is changing?
Yeah, I'm happy with Iheanacho.
Yeah.
Need two up there.
I don't disagree. I mean, listen, time will tell. We've spent an awful lot of money. And I'll say it again.
Vardy's not tall, is he?
Well, that's a good question. I bet he's taller than you think.
Do you think he's 6 foot?
I bet he is. I'll bet he is. I bet he's Vardy's 6 foot. What do you think? You think he's about 5'9"?
5'11".
Oh, he's just double back. That's quite tall.
No, isn't he?
Well, not compared to these guys.
Exactly. No.
But Vardy, you're taking all day, whether he's 5'2" or 6 foot.
These guys are freaks, so they know it's snowing 3 hours before it hits us.
But do you feel more confident, stroke kind of protected with a big lad up front in your team?
No, but if the ball's knocked up, as long as Mariner had everything, right? He was strong, tall, great in the air, great touch, and you could play off him.
Yeah.
Great. Whereas Rushy will tell you, Dalglish would be the best player. He's played off. Kenny wasn't tall, was he?
No, not at all. But
strength and touch and vision,
and
brilliant.
Brain.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't think the false nine really took off, to be brutally honest. I think it was always hovering about, and it happened on occasions, and we go, oh, they're playing a false nine, which was they have the right to do. But I'd never say it was here to stay.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It's good that the trend is going back.
Talking to a couple of ex-old centre forwards, yes.
Yeah. The trend is coming back. It's a bit like cricket as well. Give me a Malcolm Marshall all day long rather than Steve Harmison. Harmy coming up next.
result of a merger between Corinthians FC and Casuals FC. Now, Corinthians FC were founded in the late 1800s when the FA's top brass were absolutely sick of getting pumped by Scotland every time they played them. As a result, Nicholas Lane Jackson set up an amateur side which would bring in the best players who could all play for the national side. And it worked. It wasn't long before England were dominating the international fixtures they played, and it was largely down to Corinthians. In fact, in 1894 and 1895, they played consecutive games where Corinthians provided the entire England 11. But the thing is, the players refused to play professional football. They didn't believe in it. They wanted to spread the values of sportsmanship, competition, and played for the love of the game. It also helped most of the players were Oxbridge graduates who didn't need the money, but instead of entering league and cup competitions, they played exhibition football and toured the world, bringing the beautiful game with them. Think of it like the Harlem Globetrotters of football, and it was this which spread the game throughout the world and made it so popular. Most famously, in 1910, they travelled to Brazil, and the locals in Sao Paulo were so impressed they started their own team under the same name. Yes, the same Corinthians who won the FIFA Club World Cup in 2021, one of the biggest clubs in Brazil.
$7:35. Who are you on the phone to now? You're not. Stop.
I'm not on the phone. This is called research and work because I've looked ahead. We're going to be talking about Tottenham, I believe, and I'm just having a look at their transfer window.
We're not.
We're not. Have I got the wrong bit?
Are we? Oh, you keep changing. I thought we were going to talk cricket.
Well, Charmy's not coming on because you've been rude to him.
Yeah, but no. What are you up to today then? Because you were meant to fly home last night, weren't you? Tell me what happened.
What? I know. I've had a nightmare with the flights. I told you. Listen, I got the winding up yesterday because I told a story about it lasted 6.5 minutes about British Airways coming down last night. And the night before, flight cancelled. Then it was back on. It was 2 hours late, and then it ended up going to. I've got no idea. And then it ended up going to Southend.
That's all right. It's not far.
Oh no, that's great. It's not far. It's further than you think.
No, isn't it?
It is.
No, if DJ Ed picks you up.
A couple of hours. It's a couple of hours. I did look at a train.
A couple of hours.
It is.
You jump the train straight into Canary Wharf, can't you?
Train.
Stratford.
Well, there's another 40 minutes, and you've got to have a change. I looked because there was one. There was 2 changes. One was one.
Hold on. What sort of train? Puffin Billy?
Well, I must have been.
You've got the wrong train.
Well,
Ed, how far is it?
How far?
40 minutes to Liverpool Street.
Nonsense.
40.
Nonsense.
That's correct.
Nonsense.
Do you want to bet? I'll bet you what you like.
I'm telling you right now, you look at the trains on Monday night from London Southend to wherever it was going in London, and it was an hour and 40 minutes with a change.
No. It's 40 minutes to Liverpool Street. People commute from Southend.
Well, at that time, maybe it's because it was late at night, but I'm telling you, it was an hour and 40 minutes. I checked, and there was three trains late.
So you didn't bother?
Listen, I was at that airport at quarter past 7 and left about 9:30, my tail between my legs.
How'd you get home?
The wee needed to come for me.
What?
The wee needed to come back for me.
What, you mean Glasgow Airport?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Oh, I was coming down the way. Did you think I was going back up?
Yeah.
No, I was coming down the way, mate.
How were you?
Terrible.
Can you fly into Gatwick? Oh,
No. Because what happens is when the flights cancelled and messed about, everybody jumped on the Heathrow flight, so it was overbooked by 12 people.
Oh, dear.
But anyway, I'm here.
Do you know?
Do you know who I am?
Exactly. Right, talkSPORT Breakfast, me, Alan Brazil, Ally McCoist, Arnold Clark. Just let us know. Will you be text or email? It's 40 minutes to Liverpool Street.
It's longer.
Get £750 off any used electric car or home charger. Now, on the show yesterday, Jeff Stelling was adamant to give his thoughts on which club had the best and the worst transfer window. The club he said had the best window may surprise you. Have a listen to this.
Number 1.
It's a North London side. Tottenham. Okay? And the reason I've gone for Tottenham...
I'm dying to hear this explanation.
Right, yeah. Well, it's look, okay, they've lost Son. Well, that's pretty much it. Hoiberg's left and Mikey Moore's gone on loan to Rangers. But that's pretty much it. They brought in... The signings that they brought in, I think Mohamed Kudus from West Ham, I think they paid a lot of money for him, but I do think he's a good player. Xavi Simons, I like very much indeed. I think it's going to be a terrific signing for them. Palhinha, we've seen already what a fantastic signing he could be. And they brought in Randall Kolo-Muani on loan from PSG. Now, look, when I've seen him in the past, I'll be brutally honest, mainly for the French national side, I haven't always been impressed, but he's certainly got a pedigree. PSG on loan at Juventus. They brought him in as well. And I just think, numerically, maybe down on some other clubs, but I think they brought in quality. And I see Spurs having a good season.
I see Bournemouth having a good season as well, Jeff.
I know. What do you think of Tottenham's window?
I think Tottenham are going to do okay.
So do I. Okay, it was a surprise, but then I think we mentioned earlier, Al.
Palhinha, I like.
So do I. I thought against City up at Etihad, they were different class, really different class. Solid at the back. Got to keep Van de Ven fit.
Absolute key.
I think so. Need to keep him fit. They've got options at fullback. Midfield look really strong. Richarlison's and obviously not at the weekend, but he's been in top form. I think they'll finish with 5th, 6th, 5th maybe.
It'll be hard to be 5th, but yeah, I don't think you're far wrong with 7th or 6th.
But they've made some good signings. Palhinha, I get. Yeah, I think he's very, very good. I know what Jeff was saying there about Kolo-Muani. Up front, a little bit light, mate, are they? Yeah. Kudus, I like. Different class, he's good. They're a little bit light through the middle. Richarlison's been playing well.
Sulky, and he sulks.
Yeah. But when he's good, he's good.
Oh, yeah, guys, he can score some great goals. We'll see. Right, elsewhere, professional game match officials limited chief. This is Howard Webb I'm talking about. It says the decision to disallow Josh King's goal for Fulham in the defeat by Chelsea last weekend was a misjudgment. King scored after 22 minutes, only for it to be chalked off following a lengthy VAR interruption for a foul by Muniz in the build-up. Are we in for another season of apologies?
Oh, you better believe it. I mean, what's the difference between a misjudgment and a mistake?
Rangers goal against Celtic, the penalty. No penalty.
At the weekend?
I've seen them given.
Oh, I've seen them given. I was at my seat, by the way. I was hoping it would be given. I'm still not convinced. I could see it both ways. It's one. I think it was one of these ones. If you're Celtic, it's never a penalty. If it's us, you're taking it. It's a penalty.
So you'll lodge a complaint.
Well, you're lot are running it up there anyway. I mean,
really?
By the way, do you know what? Somebody sent me something today. Rangers, I don't know if it's true or not. So far this season, less than 4 fouls before they get a booking. Right? Celtic, 10. Honestly, isn't it amazing? These guys sit and get through. They get through everything, don't they? Now, do you know what I mean? It's absolutely amazing. But no, in all seriousness, I mean, of course he's going to be apologising more. I mean, that was a shocking decision, wasn't it? But then that's VAR. What are they getting involved for? I mean, if is it a clear and whatever obvious mistake? Like, that's not a clear and obvious mistake. In fact, it's a mistake to get involved in the first place. I think they're just getting involved because they feel they've got to get involved and maybe justify sitting there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean. Oh, 7:42. Right, still to come, Ed, on breakfast.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Doing what matters for the trade. Find your local branch at travisperkins.co.uk.
Ooh, I've got 19 texts and emails here saying, yeah, DJ Ed's right, 40 minutes into Liverpool Street.
No chance.
Listen up, we've got a special treat on the way for you. We're bringing back an old favourite, Ask Ali. That's right, we're giving the listener the chance to ask Ali McCoist anything you want. Get your message in. 03717 223344 is the number you need. If you want to say, are you walking to Liverpool Street, Ali? You can do. That's the number. That was a look ahead with Travis Perkins.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Bricks on bricks on bricks. Over 40 million available to order with delivery to site. That's one less thing to worry about.
Okay, Ali's alongside me. The time is 7:47. What do we know this Wednesday morning? I tell you what we know. Man United refused a chance to grab a Carabao Cup lifeline despite Grimsby fielding an ineligible player for the shock victory last Wednesday. They were a minute late signing a player, officially 1 minute late, and he came on. He missed a penalty though, but Man United are letting it go, but Grimsby will be fined. Chris Froome's wife says, the 4-time Tour de France winner suffered a life-threatening injury to his heart in last week's bike crash in southern France. Froome broke his back and 5 ribs in the incident. That's terrible.
Yeah,
the speed they go at.
Incredible. And airlifted, obviously.
They've got no gear on, have
no,
they?
really worrying. No protection. You're absolutely right.
Mark Gay was pictured with a beaming smile on his face arriving at St George's Park for England, just hours after his dream move to Liverpool fell through. Yesterday, talkSPORT's Simon Jordan claimed that Gay will still get his move to Liverpool and could even be as early, as this January.
The only thing that's going to happen to Mark Gahey is he might get injured. He's a centre-back. He's a rare breed. He's a top-quality international footballer, right? That's available on a free transfer at 25, 26 years of age in a year's time. It makes absolute sense for Gahey to play nicely. Issa had 3 years left on his contract. Wissa had however long he had left on his contract. Gahey is at the top of his game. He's at a football club that his reputation isn't going to go backwards. He's a good player.
Yes.
He's a top player. He's an international player. He's going to be part of the World Cup squad next year. What do you think is going to happen next summer? You think his reputation is going to be worse? The only thing that can happen to Mark Gahey that can stymie him is an injury. Well, he could get that anyway. He could get that anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to wager his agents would have been saying, listen, it'd be ideal to go to Liverpool. It would be ideal to go to Liverpool now. But notwithstanding that, there's a January transfer window. Liverpool will come again in January because they might need some European Champions League support for centre-back. Yeah. And Palace might have got themselves together by that time. They'll know what they're doing with Glasner, and they might get 15 million for him in the January window. I don't think it's a...
I totally agree with Simon. By the way, Konate played his best game of the season.
Of course he did. Of course he did, Al. I didn't think he'd been looking himself, to be honest with you.
I agree.
And I thought Joe Gomez did exceptionally well when he came on as well. Keep him fit. I think you've got a great player there, but definitely
Simon's making sense here. I think Parish will think about this thing. We can't let him go for free. We cannot.
It's common sense. It's just business, isn't it? But they're now not in a position to do that. Because if Mark Gay wants to see his contract out, he is 100% well within his rights to do that. And what if you're in his shoes, the only decision he's got to make, I think, is stay for a year leaving a free or sign a more lucrative, deserving contract with a release clause in it.
You don't think he could move in January? Simon said it's another 4 or 5 months.
That's a possibility. Yeah, but why would you move with almost...
No, he's
I'm putting myself in the player's shoes.
You wait to the end of the season, see you later, free, and I'll have like 20 million in my skyrocket. Right, for more on today's biggest stories, head over to talksport.com. Angelina's back. Angelina.
There's a bit of debate before going any further. You've thrown the cat amongst the pigeons here.
Why? What for doing?
Well, there's 1 or 2 people questioning me being 5'11" through the text.
Rightly so. Should we get a tape measure after the show?
I'm gonna, but yeah, I'll tell you what I'll do. You get a tape measure, and I'm betting bigger than him, taller than him, rather.
No, really?
What shoes you got on?
I'm not on those buffers.
Oh, there's that's a wedge. That's a wedge. That shoe, I'm telling you. No, you got to take your shoes off.
Hold on a minute.
We've got to take your shoes off.
I've already said I'm not 5'11". I used to be 5'11".
So what's that? Have you shrunk?
Yes. You do. As you get older, your discs go.
Yep, that does happen. Listen, you take your shoes off at the end of the show and we will measure you and see how tall you are. Deal?
Unless you will shoes off.
Oh, man, there's a movie, The Incredible Shrinking Alan Brazil. There's a movie for us.
What we got? What, Angelina, what we got?
Believe it or not, it's not all about you and your height. We've got other stuff to discuss. I'm sorry. I am sorry. But normally, when we're talking about footballers and money, you don't feel a lot of empathy all the time. A lot of the time it's people saying they've got too much money, they don't know what to do with it. But I wanted to talk to you about a documentary that's come out called Football's Financial Shame, the story of the V11.
Oh, I was reading that.
Yeah, so it's about unveiling a hidden scandal affecting former footballers.
Danny Murphy
is in this. So V11, which includes Danny Murphy,
Rio
players.
Is Rio in there?
No, so it's Brian Deane who scored the first goal in the Premier League. Our own Danny Murphy, like you say, Craig Short, Rod Wallace, who admits he's been declared bankrupt, Michael Thomas, who scored that goal that won Arsenal the league at Anfield in 1989, Sean Davis, who now works as a painter decorator, and Tommy Johnson. So this V11 is a group of former footballers who played primarily in the 90s and the early noughties. And they have lost tens of millions of pounds due to their financial advisors, Kingsbridge Asset Management. So despite this company now folding, the players are being chased for millions in tax accrued on the investments that they were advised to enter into, despite being told by the City of London police that they were victims of crime. So the guys involved with this have said that they deny any wrongdoing. The guys that had this financial advising company.
Do you know what, Angelina? Listen, I don't know much about it. I do know a little bit about film partnerships because I get caught.
Did you?
By the way, when I say I got caught, it was legal when I done it.
Yeah.
And the government changed the goalposts, right? But I didn't put a lot in, so I had to pay.
There's a lot of the boys get caught with that one.
Oh, millions.
Yeah.
But they've been badly advised, right? And if I'm right, it's not just what they owe, it's what they owe plus interest.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the thing, but the types of things that would happen is they were advised, 4 of the V11 group were advised to buy apartments for €618,000 in a development in Spain called Monte Resina. So, but
I remember this.
So, but the documents now show that these guys owned these apartments and just gave them overinflated prices. And one of the guys, his wife had a company who was managing them. So these are the types of things that they were doing. And so it's important to note that this isn't just a case of footballers being reckless with their money.
No.
And it's caused a lot of these players to lose their homes.
Angelina, if you're suggesting there's criminality involved, then you would think the players have got to take it further. I mean, it was the same case you mentioned that in Spain. So a lot of the boys get done with property in Dubai as well.
Did they?
Yeah, a lot of them. 1 or 2 of the Scottish lads that I know get their, didn't work out for, but I'm not suggesting for a minute there was any criminality involved, and I don't know enough about it. But if you're mentioning that the London Metropolitan Police have said they've been victims of crime, then surely that's a different.
You see, I'll give another example, right? Where we've already mentioned the PFA, right?
Yeah.
I remember first getting involved in a pension, and these guys came to meet us. PFA backed, endorsed. Okay, it turns out they were they were a pension company, financial advisors who were paid the biggest commission possible of all the other companies, and the PFA backed them.
Well, this is the thing,
Pensions
agents.
are a strange one as well. Pensions is. Like you can potentially open a can of worms there.
Yeah.
Agents were introducing players to this company, though, and they did have a relationship with the League Managers Association as well. They're obviously saying, this was nothing to do with us, that, they got involved off their own back. But I think, most footballers come from normal, quite modest backgrounds, and then you're inexperienced with money, and a lot of these footballers are being taken advantage of. Do they need more protection, do you feel?
Without a doubt. But then these guys probably sounded as if they were professional people.
Yeah.
Ex-bankers or whatever. Also, the film partnerships, right? The film partnership, it wasn't just made up. That money helped produce British movies. That's why the government give you an incentive to put money in. We'll give you a rebate because you're helping the British film industry.
Yeah.
And then
it all sounded, that's good.
Above board.
And then did they move the goalposts? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, big style.
Well, that's got to be
Some people have lost millions. Some people have cleaned them out, millions.
And is this because the government later on went looking for tax?
Yeah, and said, no, we've changed the mind. This was not an incentive. This was evasion.
Oh, you've no chance in, have you?
I mean, our own Danny Murphy admitted in the documentary that he's lost around £5 million. He's, of course, on talkSPORT from 10 a.m. today with Jim White and Simon Jordan. I'm sure he'll be speaking more about that. But just lastly, what would your advice be to footballers who come into a lot of money quickly?
Trust no one.
Yeah, the best bet was always property. But property's not moved now. In fact, in places, property's gone down.
Yeah.
But at least you're not going to do all your money. You know what I mean? So if you're not greedy and you don't want to make 2-3 times your money, just put it in a property and forget about it.
Yeah.
right? Because you'll never lose your money. You'll always come good. You'll have to pay.
You'll still have that house or that.
You'll have to pay tax because that law's changed now. As someone high up in Labour's just finding out. But you know, at least you're not gambling with it. At least it's bricks and mortar.
Yeah.
Some people say you should have bought gold. Some people say, but bricks and mortar will always do okay with an island. You might not make fortunes, but you won't lose fortunes.
If you'd ask me what I would do, I'd always get more than one opinion, probably more than two, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
But you don't disagree with me.
Not at all.
You've got 9 properties.
No,
So you don't.
Not at all. Would I disagree with you? Not at all. No, but bricks and mortar's the old saying, isn't it?
Anyway, I don't know how we got onto that, Angelina, but thank you. But I'm looking forward to listening to Danny.
That was remarkably serious for the show, wasn't it?
I know.
No, but
we'll
it's very
switch it back
important
though.
because if Danny's
stop that.
If Danny has lost 5 million, you know that's hard to. Well, I don't think you can recover that, can you?
Wow, no.
Especially at Danny's age. I was wondering why hasn't he smiled for about 2 years. Sorry, Dan, I'm only kidding. It's not good. Not good. 2 minutes to 8.
What football ground are you thinking of when someone says this?
Really tough place to go. Difficult place to go. Such a tough place to go.
It's a tough place to go at the moment.
It was a really difficult place to go, always.
But what are the toughest places to go, really? We've scoured the planet to find out. Forget a cold, wet Tuesday night in Stoke. Try playing in a blizzard 220 miles inside the Arctic Circle at the world's northernmost professional club. When Chelsea lost at Tromsø in Norway in the 97-98 Cup Winners' Cup, a massive snowstorm hit at half-time. These two boys and their brooms were absolutely no match for it. We're staying in Scandinavia for Scotland's toughest away day on a windswept cliff in the Faroe Islands. In Euro 2000 qualifying, Craig Brown's men were taken to fishing village Toftir. Kevin Gallagher called the pitch a cowfield and the wind like Pitodry on a bad day. The Faroe Islands part-timers equalised in stoppage time, leading to these absolute scenes, and still one of Scotland's most embarrassing results.
Daft little ground, silly game.
But away trips don't come any tougher than a lung-busting schlep up the Andes to face Bolivia in La Paz. But now the Bolivians have taken home advantage to another level. The country's highest city, El Alto, 4,100 metres above sea level. Grass doesn't even grow up here. Bolivia have not lost here yet. The longest unbeaten run in any professional league ever belongs to Red Star Belgrade, or Crvena Zvezda if you must. They've gone 7 years without defeat at the Rajko Mitic in Serbia's Superliga. Their fans are pretty intimidating as well, but they're not as loud as this mob. Galatasaray's Ali Sami Yen Stadium's officially the loudest in world football. In a derby with Fenerbahce, Galatasaray fans set a Guinness World Record of 131 decibels. That's louder than Motorhead, and pretty tough to carry out your manager's instructions when you can't even hear them. However, our most intimidating away day is in Wales, where cameras can't enter and players can't leave. HMP Prescoed. This prison team was briefly kicked out the Gwent League over concerns about young opposition having to go in there. Now that's a tough place to go.
Early June 1939, Germany, always a tough place to go to.
8:05, talkSPORT breakfast with me, Brazil Ally McCoist and Arnold Clark. Get the UK's best used car deals guaranteed, and on the way for you this morning, we're going to take in your calls on the state of Scottish football following probably the worst Old Firm derby in a long time, and the meagre transfer spending compared to that of the Premier League and probably the Championship.
Yep.
0371722 3344. How do you fix a problem like football north of the border? And just how big is the gap now to England? Plus, we catch up with a couple of British sporting icons. Legendary jockey Alex McCoist and former world snooker champion John Parrott join us live after 9. Now, though, it's been an indifferent start. It really has been to the season again. Well, for Manchester City again.
I think Man City will do it, mate. Having been up with Pep for a couple of days, I just think he's driven again now after last year.
Wolves 0, City 4. Man City start the season with 3 points as they start their pursuit of a 7th Premier League title in 9 seasons.
Oh, given away stupidly by Trafford. Here's Richarlison. This should be 2-0. Polinia, it is 2-0.
All right, kid. Oh, what a result. What a result.
Do not play the ball to Gonzalez with his back to the play and he's getting pressed by Pahina. Okay? That in itself is an alarm bell.
Brighton and Hove Albion match winner, surely with just a minute to go. And Brian Gruder has got it. Brighton 2, Manchester City 1.
The opposition outnumber them, breaking at them. The fear factor has definitely gone, no doubt about that.
So, a stuttering start to the season for Manchester City, who have been beaten in 2 of the first 3 league games, the first time, Ali, since 2004. Yeah. What's more, they've now lost 19 games in the last 11 months. That's 23% of Pep's overall number of losses since arriving at the club 9 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
What's happened, Ali? What's happened here?
Lost the fear factor, mate. They've lost the fear factor. And they'll be a better team when Rodri comes back and is fully fit. I don't think there's any doubt about that. But I just think they're conceding goals that they weren't conceding when they were at the peak of their powers. Even to go back to that World Club competition in America, was it the Saudi side battered, I think 4 by them, and had concerns
Crosses
then.
in the box.
Crosses into the box.
What's going on here?
Exactly. Now the goalkeeper got hung out to dry a little bit. I think Mick Corsi makes a mistake for the second goal against Tottenham. He plays it at the wrong side of the defender. But they don't look as dangerous either, you know. I think in many ways, when they've got a centre forward like they've got, I still think on many occasions they try and score the perfect goal now.
He drives me mad, Doku, on the left-hand side. He's got so much talent, ability, strong, and yet he just picks the wrong options too many times.
Do you know the one I don't think they've replaced? And it'd be interesting to hear the City fans, they might blast me out the sky.
Silva?
Mahrez.
All right, okay. Yeah.
I think Mahrez was absolutely superb for them. I really, really do. I mean, they've got a great goal scorer, but if they've got a great goal scorer, I think sometimes you've got to play to his strengths, and his strengths isn't playing 1-2s and balls around the corner and things like that. It's crosses into the box.
Yeah.
And they've obviously got a goalkeeping problem as well.
Well, they've got Donnarumma in,
of course.
But is that going to make a hell of a difference?
I'm not sure.
I think if you're challenged for the title, yes, you need a top keeper, but I'm not sure City are going to challenge
in the right
now.
back position. They've brought Nuri in.
Since Walker, yeah.
Yeah, they've got Cherky, who I think is a very, very good player, but hasn't really got going yet. Marmoush, I would suggest maybe the same, although I think he's looked livelier. But there's nothing, do you know what I mean? I think one of the problems, I don't know whether you agree, Al, I think one of the problems with City is I definitely think they've lost their fear factor. I'm not so sure. Here's an interesting one. I'm not so sure they've actually gone back the way, right? I think they've probably stood still, but there's one or two come up, and I think Liverpool have overtaken them, and there's one or two have improved to that a greater degree as well.
Youngsters that have come in, these kids that have come in, are they right up to speed? Are they championship material, winning the Premiership?
I'm not sure.
No, I'm not.
Is the answer to the question? They're clearly very, very talented. But I worry about them at
I think the best one of the lot, the one who doesn't get a regular game, O'Reilly.
Yeah.
I think he's all right.
Man, they've got great kids, but Big Alan will tell you don't win in with kids.
Oh, yeah.
It's a classic of all time, wasn't it?
John is now for more on this, who sees a lot more than City than Alan and I, or well, certainly more than me. Former Manchester City defender Danny Mills. Danny, morning Dan.
Danny, how are you, mate?
Good morning, gentlemen.
Dan, we're just getting a bit baffled with Man City, you know what I mean? It's don't get me wrong, Brighton are a good side, but City, there's something missing, Danny. Yeah. Can you put your finger on it?
It was interesting when obviously asked me to come on this morning. I thought about this overnight and had another look at it again this morning. And just listening to something that Ali picked up on there, yeah, we know the fear factor, that sort of invincibility cloak has been taken off. But I would say just look at the quality of the players. When Pep was unbelievable at Barcelona, look at the players that he had. Look at the defence, the likes of Puyol. Unbelievable defender. You knew what you were going to get. Busquets, Alonso, Iniesta, Xavi in there. When he went to Bayern, Neuer, Boateng was an unbelievable centre-half. And then Philipp Lahm in midfield, the likes of Müller in there as well. And then even City at the very, very best. First of all, it was Kompany and Fernandinho, in those roles. Mm-hmm. And then Kevin De Bruyne and Gundogan had that spell where he was unbelievable and just off the charts. And then Rodri's come in. And then suddenly, is the quality of Manchester City where it was a few years ago? Pep's always had that ability, a little bit like Jose, to have a 3 or 4 year spell where he's so intense and he's absolutely unbelievable and he's got all the best players playing at the very, very highest level. And we all know that's really difficult to keep up. Pep's never had to remodel a team before Manchester City. He never had to, go through a transitional period at Bayern because he did, 3 years. Barcelona, I think he did 4 years. Didn't have to go through that transitional period of rebuilding the side. And I think now that's where they're struggling a little bit. I would say it's more down to the quality of players that they've got, asking players to do probably what they can't do in terms of the way that he wants to play, and that's what's causing the problems. If you want to play out from the back, you know, and you're playing the balls into midfield with, you know, Busquets, Xavi, Iniesta, Messi in front of that, it's quite easy. Same with Bayern Munich.
That was a great team, yeah, you're right.
But same with Bayern Munich, you know, they had unbelievable ball players that were all very, very comfortable on the ball. He put Philip Lahm into the holding, into the 6 role, who was outstanding in that role. You know, Kimmich as well, I think, came into that as a young player. They were sensational. And the early days at City were the same. Now I look at their players, and the squad, player for player, is not as strong as what it used to be. And I think obviously he's trying to play the same way with the same intensity, and they can't do it.
Danny, here's a question then for you, because I don't necessarily disagree with you at all.
But you're going to?
No, I'm not, actually. But I'm looking at Marmoush, Reinders, Aitnouri and boys like that, Kusanov and the team at the weekend. Are Manchester City in danger, or have they already reached the point where the absolute top would rather go to Liverpool and Arsenal?
I think they probably would at the moment, and it appears, you know, that way. They're very, very good players, but there was a time, 3 or 4 years ago, where players would probably go to Manchester City for maybe even less money, because they're thinking, well, I'm going to win the Champions League, I'm going to win the league, I'm going to win this, I'm going to win that. Now they're thinking, well, actually, that looks like Liverpool are going to have a bigger chance of winning everything. So if you want to win things, then perhaps I'll go there.
Yeah.
There's the pull of London as well, you know, for Arsenal.
And Arsenal will go close again, definitely.
Of course they will. And there's we know that it is a factor. You know, especially with foreign players, London is a bigger pull than anywhere else in the country. So I think it's a difficult time for Manchester City. You know, and remember, this is the first time Pep's ever gone more than 5-6 years at a football club. And I think it's that rebuilding process that Manchester City are finding quite challenging. Yeah. You know, they won 4 in a row and they had to do a rebuild, and it didn't work. Their recruitment was wrong. And now they're playing catch up. And if you look at and Ali just mentioned it, look at the quality of signings that Liverpool have brought in over the summer.
Yeah.
Which is what Fergie always used to do. Bringing three or four top quality players to improve your 11. Have City brought in 4 players to improve their 11, or just to improve their squad at the moment? It's probably to improve their squad, I would say.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to go some and be almost perfect every single week to challenge for the title. And obviously at the moment, you know, they haven't been perfect so far.
Danny, I'm out of time. Just a quick one. Are you happy with Leeds' start?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you said to Leeds, you know, if you get 4 points from your first 3 games, you know, the teams that they had, you go, yeah, we'll take that. Simple as that. But it's interesting, all the teams that came up have already won, haven't they?
That's right.
They've all started probably better than some people thought. So that's going to make it interesting. It's still going to be very, very difficult for them. You know, they're going to have slumps. But, you know, I think the league has got a way to another 7 or 8 games to sort itself out. I expect the 3 teams that come up to be in the bottom 7 or 8 teams. It's who can survive out of those. And we shall see.
Danny, nice one.
Danny, good to talk, mate.
Thank you, Danny.
Cheers, gents.
If you want to have your say on this, 03717 22 3344, the number to call. Is Pep now the problem at City? Can you believe that? Up next, we celebrate the 55th birthday of Gareth Southgate, and Ali's in charge of planning his birthday party. Yes, talkSPORT breakfast. Very happy 55th birthday to the former England manager, two-time European Championship runner-up, Sir Gareth Southgate. And some exciting news, Ali.
Yes.
We've been put in charge of planning his birthday party tonight.
Oh, dear me.
Over to you, Ali. Where'd you fancy having it? Don't forget, it's Gareth, so we can't be going anywhere too flash.
Okay. That's a bit harsh.
Don't say the library.
That's a bit harsh. I think Gareth could party with the best of them.
Do you?
Oh, why? I think success for England managers. Don't care what anybody says. Big success. Two finals.
Oh, no, I'm not
two
saying
finals in the World Cup.
I'm talking about what he's like to throw a birthday party for him.
Aye. I think there's somebody under the covers here.
No.
Screaming to come out.
No.
Where are we having it? What about... Got to be a nice restaurant where...
Goodman?
Yes. That's amazing. That's exactly what I was thinking about.
Yeah.
It's exactly what I was thinking about.
Then if you want to kick on a bit round the corner...
What would his day? He's got to start off with. He's got to have a champagne breakfast. Yes?
How are we going to do that?
Well, get him in here.
No, how are we going to do it? From 10 o'clock onwards, you mean?
Yeah. Champagne, scrambled eggs and salmon. Yeah?
I can see Gareth having a sip.
I can see him batting into the scrambled eggs and salmon.
Yeah.
By the way, talking about that sourdough, that's what you've got to try. You've got to get the salmon. Sourdough, toasted.
Lochfine salmon?
Oh, has to be. Got it, wild Atlantic salmon, the best. So get the sourdough in, bang, out, butter over it, melt, salmon on top, and then the scrambled eggs, right, on top of that. And what do you call it? What do you call the final thing? What's that word they say? Not the creme de la creme, the what is it? The final bump, right, whatever it is. Avocado. Get a half avocado, slice it, and put it over the top. Black pepper, bit of salt.
Steve has that 2-3 times a week.
Oh wait, that's the circle Steve moves on.
It does.
Of course it is.
Poor old Simon's down McDonald's. Let's get the latest sporting odds with Coral.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here for the fans this season. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
A very, very good morning, Simon Clare. Morning, Simon.
Good morning, Simon.
Good morning, Al. Good morning, Ali. For those who are watching rather than listening, they'll know that Ali McCoist is sporting a baseball cap, which means he didn't have time to do his hair in the morning. Is that right, Ali?
There's less of it to worry about nowadays, Simon, to be quite honest with you.
You're looking very cool. Down with the kids, Ali.
Where you been in the gym?
Well, I was last night, actually, funny enough. None of this morning. I'm getting up. It's absolutely pouring outside. Steve-O has picked the best week to have off.
South of France.
I think he's gone to South of France. Might just pretty pouring there as well. But the weather outside is mental.
It's terrible.
Oh, try driving up at flipping 3:30 this morning.
Simon, I've got to ask you, my friend.
I felt like Noah coming up to age 12.
I need to ask you, mate. A little bit, I think, unjust abuse coming the Arsenal manager's way for the result and the performance at the weekend.
Absolutely. I was actually there, Ali, lucky enough to be there. And actually, for first half, I thought, okay, they were playing tight football. It was all, whenever you build a game up to being a crunch match early in the season, it was clear that neither side wanted to give it all, give it or gamble too much. That happens. And I thought Arsenal were very good first half. And fair play to Liverpool. They came out, they got on top, didn't they? But, I mean, it was always going to take a mistake or a set piece, or as it turned out, a brilliant free kick by Szoboszlai. And it's easy in hindsight. Now you go, oh, we should have taken more risks. But I thought it was fine. I thought it showed to me, and again, let's see what you think. It felt to me, it looked like those two sides are going to be the big two this season. Yeah. That was backed up by the City defeat. And the betting says 5-4 Liverpool, 15-8 Arsenal, and then it's 6.5-1 City who drifted out of the betting. What do you take, guys? Did you feel the same? Or?
Well, Liverpool, now they've got Isak. You look at it and you think the signings they've made, they're going to be really hard to catch. I still think Arsenal will push them. We don't know if Chelsea will handle it. Champions League, etc., youngish side. But it looks between the three of them, doesn't it?
It does, I think. Listen, you had a good chat about City earlier and that sort of lack of almost like top star quality in the side, which Pep might not be used to. And it's not only that they're out to 6.5-1 in the betting, just ahead of Chelsea, the third favourites, but it's looking at the Champions League betting. They're like the 9-1 shots with 6 teams ahead of them in the betting.
Incredible. 6, really?
Yeah, when you think that in the last few years, they've always been either favourite or second favourite of the Champions League, which sort of like would reflect their status. But you got Barcelona, Liverpool and PSG all 6-1, Arsenal 7-1, Real Madrid 7.5-1, and then it's both City and Bayern Munich on 9-1. So, it's a challenge. Pep's not yet had a great side, fallen from grace and built it back up again, I don't think. So this is a really fascinating thing for Pep Guardiola.
So I tell you what's interesting as well, Simon. It looks like hopefully we're in for a different season in terms of the promoted sides. Now, with all of them already having won a game, I take it you're betting has it slightly eased on them getting relegated?
It has, and it is interesting. The side who hasn't changed much, which is interesting, is Burnley. Even though they have got points on the board, they're still 1-3. But we've sort of, I suppose, we've taken a more positive view about Sunderland, who are now 4-5, not far off even money. Leeds are now 2-1. They were shade of odds on at the start of the season. So despite the 5-0 defeat for Arsenal, we're seeing positive signs from them. The negatives for the existing Premier League sides, Wolves now odds on shade of 5-6 to go down. I think they started the season at 2-1. West Ham, despite that win at Forest, they're still there at 94.
It was a great win.
Great win. Amazing.
Big win,
and,
wasn't it?
And Brentford 11-4, and then it's 8 Spa. So there's almost those 6 sides, the 3 promoted sides, and Brentford, West Ham, and Wolves are the sides we kind of feel. But you know, I think it's early days, isn't it? You know, just you're basing everything off 3 games, basically. I think a hell of a lot can happen the next few weeks with these sides.
Simon, I read, did Frankie Dettori, our wee pal, had 4 winners, didn't he, down in the States?
Yeah. Just incredible. Fun enough, I was sitting next to someone who doesn't follow racing, but obviously, you know, that kind of sports fan way. He said, God, so, you know, is racing missing Frankie now he's retired? I said, well, he hasn't retired. He did retire. I went to his retirement dinner in London. Then he came out of retirement. I think that was 3 years ago or something. And he's still riding brilliantly in America. On Saturday night, he had 3 rides for European trainers at Kentucky Downs, where the prize money's mental.
Yeah.
Cardem was 3rd, I think. Cheshire Dancer for Michael Owen and Hugo Palmer came 4th. But he won on Wimbledon Hawkeye for the Gredleys.
Yes.
Al, who you
Good
remember.
horse.
Yeah, exactly. And that horse is going to go to the Breeders' Cup. The following night at Kentucky Downs, Frankie rode a 4-timer, including a Grade 2 winner, which was worth nearly $1 million. I mean, you know, he's an extraordinary man, Frankie. He's my age. He's 55, and he seems to be riding as well as ever. And he'll be riding in action at the Breeders' Cup in a few weeks' time.
And you'll be out there, Simon?
I am going to go, fun enough. Yeah.
What do you mean fun enough? You go every year.
I know, it's getting harder and harder, but it's Del Mar. I couldn't resist it. I was umming and ahhing, but then, California, Del Mar, where the
get yourself out there, Simon.
Simon's got the glamour ones, but Steve-O's got the lovey-dovey ones. He'll be at the Arc, Steve-O.
That's the way it should be. That's the way it should be.
Exactly.
Simon, just a quick one there, when you're talking about Frankie's age, 55, he's a hero, man. I just love the guy. How long did arguably the greatest ever go, the long fella?
Leicester. I think it was up to around 60, wasn't it? I mean, he ran, and his famous sort of sign-off was actually riding the Breeders' Cup Mile
Royal Academy,
for Vincent O'Brien. Yeah. I think he was certainly late 50s, if not early 60s. But
they said, at what stage, Leicester, did you think you had won the race 3 weeks ago on the Gallops?
Great line. That was a great line. Look, I should just give a call out. You were just chatting about earlier on the show. This I did watch this documentary, Football's Financial Shame, the story of the V11. And honestly, I know everyone will probably even think, oh, they should watch it, because there was some, I mean, the toll it's taken on lovely guys like Rod Wallace, Brian Dean. They bear all on this documentary. Michael Thomas, one of my heroes for scoring that last-minute goal. Danny Murphy, you know, I mean, you know Danny. I don't know him well, but he gives an awful lot of real insight into the trauma, and there is a bit of there, but for the grace of God goes. Oh, you yourself, Al, talked about something that happened to you. That
Simon.
When you have money, you feel like you should do something with it. Footballers have lots of it, and they get advised, and for all it, you know, they are technically still victims of crime, and it's just for all the rights and wrongs. I just think you've got to watch it as a human story for people you know well. I mean, poor Sean Davis. You know, he was there's a parts of him fishing by the river. A broken man, really, and you know, Craig Short, lovely guy. So
Craig Short, diamond, there, fella.
I would watch it. I really would.
It's amazing. So I make it back. I said to Big Al, Simon, Boydie's just texted me now. Chris has just texted me. Says it's a must-watch. He said it's a must-watch. It's just grim. He says, but it's a must-watch.
Simon, have a great day. Thank you.
You too, guys.
Simon Clare from Coral. Don't forget. Daily download with Coral, UK only, 18+ gambleaware.org. Okay, for all the famous odds, well, every odd with Coral. Right, that was a look at the latest odds. Coming up, so what does a former Rangers and Scotland national manager think can be done to fix the Scottish game? We'll find out more from the top man, Alex McLeish.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here for the fans this season. 18+ gambleaware.org.
Football fans all have stadiums we love, but do any of us have a pitch we love? It might sound like an odd question, but pitches can be different sizes with big consequences. Why is that? And what are the actual rules behind it? Back when association football started, pitches could be 100 metres wide and 200 metres long. That's longer than Ellen Road. Not the pitch, the stadium. Anyway, UEFA wanted a standard across Europe which became 105 metres long and 68 metres wide. But some clubs had been rebels, not intentionally but because of the stadiums. Take Highbury for example. It was 5 metres shorter and a metre narrower, meaning away sides had a challenge just to adjust. Today, Forest Pitch at the City Ground is a big one, 2 metres wider than others. But the smallest of all? Craven Cottage, just 100 metres long and 65 metres wide. There are a couple of crazy outliers in Europe too, such as Napoli's home ground, the Stadio Diego Armando Maradona, where the pitch is a whopping 110 metres long. So UEFA have their standards, so do the FA, but they give pitches in England some wiggle room. Pitches can be anywhere between 90 and 120 metres long, between 45 and 90 metres wide. Just imagine a pitch that's 120 metres long and 45 wide. Madness. So there you have it. There is a standard size and most teams do generally follow it. But as we all know, size doesn't matter, does it?
Big thanks to Fez in Salford and Stuart in Notts. It was pièce de résistance I was looking for. You know, this kind of creme de la creme, the finale.
Never heard of it.
You must have heard of it.
Never heard of it.
What?
No.
Never heard of pièce de résistance?
No, no.
When you say it right. No, it just means the top.
You mean the icing on the top?
Correct.
Well, why didn't you say that?
Because I forgot.
Instead of talking about the French resistance. Right, 8:36. Right, talkSPORT breakfast with me, Brazil Ally McCoist. Now let's get back to the more important stuff. Scottish football. Oh, the talkSPORT daily podcast is dedicated to this exact chat and what is wrong. So this morning we ask, how can we fix it? Ali says the lack of Scottish players playing for the top sides north of the borders is a huge issue. So a quota system should be implemented. What does Kevin, a Scottish football fan, think? Morning, Kev.
Morning, Kevin.
Morning, boys. How we doing?
Good, Kev, but we're baffled. We're baffled. We don't know what's going on. It's murder.
I came what's going on, and you boys came what's going on as well better than me because you played the Scottish game. It's league reformation. It needs done. Now, you boys know I'm a Rangers fan because I've been on before, but the leagues need reformed. This playing, Rangers and Celtic playing the teams 4 times a year, it's garbage, it's old, but unfortunately, the TV companies want that, and the lower clubs won't vote against it because they're cutting their noses off to spite their faces.
Correct.
That's the problem.
Well, see, you think effectively better in terms of the game moving forward, Kev, you're thinking, I don't know, a 16, 18 team league, you know, play each other twice or whatever it may be. I don't actually disagree with that. However, if you are the teams in the top flight, you are almost relying on playing the Old Firm 4 times.
Oh, you absolutely are. You look at likes of St Johnstone, St Mirren, Livingston. They give away 3 stands to Rangers and Celtic all the time, which I understand because they want to maximise income.
Yeah.
And you can't fault them for that, of course, because at the end of the day, as much as we may not like it, football is nowadays more than ever a business. But at the same time, like these smaller teams, they're wanting to compete and they're wanting to do things like going to Europe. But some of them that come up to the Championship are coming up purely with eyes on that Old Firm money and nothing else but space and survival, because there's no other way to tackle it than that.
Yeah, Kev, I don't know, the Old Firm game at the weekend, for me, it's one of the worst ones I've seen for a long time.
Right, Jesus. I mean, I'm an Elgin City fan as well, as you may remember, and we've not been good, but that's by the by. But I've seen better Elgin games this season than that garbage on Sunday that they both served up.
Yeah.
First half Rangers were slightly better, second half Celtic were better, but they're both awful just now.
Yeah.
Like, Celtic couldn't beat Kerry at Almaty. We got absolutely annihilated by Club Brugge. It's just not a good time at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Kev.
Good
Thank
call,
you, Kev.
Thanks, Paul.
Right, let's bring in a man who's coached a host of big Scottish clubs, Motherwell, Hibs, Rangers. Also had managerial experience in the Premier League with Villa, Birmingham as well. Delighted to welcome big Alex McLeish. Alex, morning, Al.
Big man, how are you?
Hey, big bass. How's it going, Ali?
We're in top form, pal. We're in top form. Were you at the game at the weekend?
I was indeed, mate.
Oh. You must have been sitting in the posh seats because I never saw you, mate.
I was in the director's box, but honestly, it was a hard watch, guys. I've heard a wee bit of your conversation at the moment, and certainly not used to seeing two Old Firm teams playing not at a higher level than that one on Sunday.
Yeah.
What is it? Lack of quality, lack of passion, or is it a bit of both, Alex?
I think it's obviously a bit. There is a lack of quality, compared to the Ibrox team I had, the Rangers team. We had some top class international players. De Boers, Mikey Walls.
Oh yes,
Barry Ferguson. There was some team, but it's not to watch football at the moment. Getting that in most of the divisions. One of the most exciting teams I've seen last season was in the Champions League, and PSG, playing at some speed and quality. Then why don't teams take that lead? But it's because they've got the right players in, and the recruitment therefore is absolutely essential.
Yeah.
Looking at it, it's funny. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a knee-jerk reaction, because I think that a lot of us, myself included, were stunned a little bit by the lack of quality of the game at the weekend. But you've got to balance it. But I thought Celtic had some exceptional performances in Europe last year.
Yes.
And also you're talking about Rangers, a club that had been in European competition 3 or 4 years ago. But the one concern, Alex, I have looking at it, is are we really developing Scottish football? Are we really developing the youngsters? And this isn't a problem, a new problem. I'm just looking at the Rangers team and what we've got. Very few Scottish lads in the side, Alec.
Yeah, of course, it is a reset button again, I think, in terms of rearing our own young players. That there was when I went into the Scotland job after Gordon, and then kind of short period, but we had a wee bit of success in terms of qualification for the next stages of the Europa League, but the European League, and at the same time we weren't getting enough through, but there were one or two signs that there were some great players coming through. Yeah. Gordon started with Andy Robertson. Then we get John McGinn, and then one or two come through. McTominay was a big find.
Yeah.
But we just don't seem. Obviously, there's a lot of foreign players being brought into the leagues, which curbs maybe the acceleration of the young players.
Yeah. Well, young Mikey Moore, for instance, Rangers. Tottenham really rate him. He's a youngster. He goes in the Rangers side now. Where's the young Rangers players?
Yeah.
Young boys, it's mind you, let's be positive now, Alex. What about the likes of Hearts with the new ownership? What about Aberdeen, your old boys? Can they mount a challenge now?
No, everybody's trying to spend as much as they can afford to try and keep up with the Old Firm. What we've seen at the weekend is probably was a wee bit of a shock. The quality of the two teams wasn't very evident. But okay, it's a one-off game. It's the start of the season. We've still got a long way to go, and we have to see more quality than that if teams like Rangers and Celtic are going to be successful.
Yeah, what about just looking ahead, Alex, the World Cup qualifiers? You worried about Denmark?
Couple of tough ones, Alec. We've got to go off to a good start, pal, haven't we?
Yeah, that's a tough one against Denmark. They're always a very aspiring international team, but these are the kind of results, Costa, where if you can go and win these games, or maybe we take a point from there, then that's got to be definitely a plus.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, so, Alex, how are you keeping? You well now? You're living in one of the poshest parts of London now. Great. Wee guy from Glasgow. He's cracked it. Brilliant.
Well, I look forward to seeing you, big man, for lunch sometime in the centre of London. So
that can be arranged very, very quickly, Alec. You're aware of that?
Absolutely.
Just bring that wallet with you, big fella.
See you, pal.
Take care,
Great
mate.
Talk to you, boys. Great talk to you, lads.
See you, mate.
McLeish, you ain't got Aberdeen side,
well, think about it. I mean, Jim Leighton, Stuart Kennedy, Wally Big Alec. I mean, you get through them all.
Yeah.
Eric Black. What a team that was. Starkey. Dear me. It's a brilliant side, wasn't it? John McMaster.
The wee man.
Gordon, obviously.
Yeah.
Peter Weir.
Aye.
What a team that was, wasn't it? Stuart Kennedy. Wow. Beat Real Madrid. Think about that.
I know. We've got a few Aberdeen boys coming to Glen Eagles as well, end of the month. Look forward to it. Thanks, Alex. Alex McLeish there, top man. Tough player he was.
Great player.
Was he Glasgow United? I think he was.
Barhead boy.
I think he was Glasgow United as a kid, I think.
Do you know I broke my nose 3 times playing against Aberdeen? 3 times, twice playing against Aberdeen.
Yeah. Who'd you headbutt?
Big Alec done me once, and Wally done me once.
Willie was tough.
And I've got to be quite frank, mate.
Well, the big fella the bouncer must have been in there, rugby.
I need to be honest with you. I think Big Alex was an accident. I'm not sure Willie's was an accident.
8:45.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Benchmarks Kitchens and Joinery. Get trade prices on kitchens to suit all styles and budgets at Benchmarks.
Okay, still to come on the Sports Breakfast. We'll go back to more important stuff. Well, we've done the Scottish football. Gives a break. We've done all that as well. Where are we? We're talking Little Sam, right? We're talking height again. I'm not having... Someone said to us this morning, Little Sam, right? Matt face, right? Aki at Man City.
Nathan Aki.
It's smaller.
It was
than
Amelia.
Sam.
Amelia came in and said that.
Oh, Sam Erlard's coming up. I thought it was Little Sam. Oh, Sam Erlard as well. He's tiny as well.
He's tiny as well.
Okay, no harm. He's got tonsillitis, so we'll have to put up with. Well, we'll just get anyone off the street. Sorry, Sam. 9:15.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. With 250 hire branches nationwide, it's easy to hire at Travis Perkins.
morning and 10 minutes before 9. Read that out. That's brilliant. Ali was saying earlier he broke his nose 3 times against the Dandy Dons.
Big Alec.
He wasn't sure if Alec meant it, but Alex responded by saying,
Big Alex just sent me a lovely message there. Ali, great to talk to you two this morning. Really enjoyed it. Hopefully catch you up soon. P.S. My clash with you was accidentally on purpose.
There you go.
Brilliant.
Right, England cricketers got their white ball series against South Africa underway yesterday. In the worst possible fashion, they were pumped by 7 wickets. A busy autumn of white ball matches ahead. It's not the start recently appointed captain Harry Brook was looking for. Ali, did you see any of it?
No, but I was listening to it. I was listening to it a bit on the radio. Hopeless, seemingly, by all accounts.
Steve James writes in the Times newspaper this morning that England seem to lack the power preparation for a series like this, and that does not bode well to, it's a huge winter down under. So just how worrying was that embarrassing loss yesterday? Let's bring in talkSPORT Sam Ellard to give us more. Sam, a very good morning, Sam.
Good morning, pal.
Morning, boys. Good morning, good morning.
Sam, I knew it was going to be tough, but that was a shocker. Whoa.
Yeah, that was, South Africa win by 7 wickets, it reads on the scorecard, but that doesn't do it justice. I mean, that was convincing a victory, as you're really likely to see in a one-day international. England with the bat were absolutely pathetic. We bowled out for 131, given at one point they were 82 for 2, simply not good enough. Some of the dismissals were they were weak dismissals. England batsmen pushing and prodding at balls. And then, with the bat, South Africa got off to a brilliant start. Poor Sonny Baker on debut, bowled 7 overs for 76 runs. I mean, he's a super, super young talent. And he's going to come and be really, really good. But I felt sorry for him yesterday, having to try and defend 133 on debut. And you've got Aidan Markram just coming at you. So it was a bad day yesterday. What's worse, though, England, it was their 7th defeat in 10 ODIs this year and their 20th loss in 30 matches since the start of the last World Cup. So England, in the 50-over format, their form has just been absolutely woeful. They can't just seem how to figure out how to pace an innings.
And Sam, the wicket wasn't a poor batting wicket either, was it? So there's no excuses.
Sam, the poor lad's out first ball as well for a first ball duck. I mean, you've done him a favour not mention that. Clearly, he's not the problem. I get that, but as debuts go, it couldn't have gone more wrong for him. But they lost, Sam, was it 7 wickets in 7 overs or something?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, they were 82 for 2 to 133 all out. They lost a wicket in the 18th, 19th, 21st, 22nd, 22nd, 25th, and 25th over. It got a little bit comical towards the end. I think, to be fair, this is an England team where I think across all formats, when they lose a wicket or two, they sometimes don't know how to stop, and they don't know how to sometimes almost halt the momentum and build again and get it again. If I had to give these guys a touch of sympathy, the schedule in the last 6 to 8 weeks has been absolutely brutal. They'd have had 5 test matches against India, which was really, really grueling. They'd have gone literally on the back of a day or two rest, straight into the 100. The 100 final was on Sunday just gone. So the likes of Jackson Root would have played in the 100 final Sunday night. Then on Monday would have travelled to Headingley and then played Tuesday. So the schedule was basically meant over the last couple of months. And look, this is nothing new. But if I was getting a little bit of sympathy, there's literally been no rest for the players in the last couple of months.
When do they? I'm just thinking ahead to the Ashes now, Sam. When do England start? When do they head down there?
Yeah, so the first test match is late November 23rd, 21st, the first test match. So normally they'll probably go out there 10 days or so before for some warm-up games and to get used to the climate. So I'm guessing kind of early-ish November they'll go out there. And yeah, it's a massive, massive few months for England. Let's not forget as well in white ball cricket, there's a T20 World Cup early next year. There's a 50-over World Cup early next year. I think what's really frustrating when you look at this England team on paper, I still think it's a really, really talented team. In particular, that top 7. A top 7 of Smith, Duckett, Root, Brook, Butler, Jackson, Bethel. You know, that's a pretty stacked top 7. I think what England, if you go back to the 2019 World Cup, what England did so well is in the build-up to that 2019 World Cup, Owen Morgan settled on an 11. And for the 18 months in the build-up, they pretty much played the same team week in, week out, and they won every single series in the build-up to that World Cup. They went into that 2019 World Cup as the best team, the team to beat, and went on to win. And I think this England team I know it's cliche, they've got to start getting used to winning series, building momentums, and just for players to get used to roles. So when the World Cup comes around in 2026, it's not, oh, you know what, we've lost 7 in 10, it'll be okay on the day. It won't be okay on the day. They've got to find consistency in the right balance.
Sam, listen, Ashes, can't wait, right? It's just unbelievable. Ryder Cup,
I can't wait
Ashes,
for
it's all
it,
happening, mate. It's all happening. But it's as simple as this. When you go over to somewhere like Australia, would England's main problem be effectively their bowling lineup is as strong as it gets, and it's a different wicket, and you've got to handle you've got your pace, and they've got it, and perhaps England don't?
Yeah, the worry would be they've got Stark, Cummins and Hazelwood, and they're really, really good. And our top 3 in particular, with Pope and Crawley in it.
Woody and Archer. Bowling.
Australia. Yeah, so I think if England can go to Australia with everybody fit and available, I think we've got a decent attack there to cause Australia problems. But England, unfortunately, in the last kind of year or two, never seem to have everybody fit. It's almost just picking who's available. But if England can go to Australia with Archer, Woods, Atkinson, then the likes of Carson, Tongue, and possibly, if he can get fit, Chris Woakes available, I think we've got decent options there. What really does worry me is Stark, Cummins, Hazelwood charging into Pope, Crawley and Duckett, because those 3 in any conditions, anywhere in the world, against any top 3, to be fair, are 3 of the best bowlers in the world. I should say there's some talk in the papers that Pat Cummins has got a back problem and he might not be available for the start of the Ashes. So I actually think bowling-wise, and Australia as well, whilst they've still got Steve Smith, he's amazing, they're having their own sort of problems with their top order not firing on all cylinders. The likes of Marnus Labuschagne's lost form, Kawaja's lost form. But you know what, just talking about it, I'm absolutely buzzing for it. 21st of November.
You going?
No, not going for it. Not going.
Big Al and I are going. We've decided.
No, I'm not sure. Big Al's going to be there, but he's not going to be in Perth, is he, for the first game? He'll be sat in the bar.
No, Sam. I'll be Melbourne and Sydney.
Did you actually go to the cricket, though? Or did you just stay in the bar all day?
That was Brisbane. I did go to the cricket. Yes, I was sitting with the Barmy Army. I did.
Good man. Also, not that I'm one to comment on fashion. Ali, back me up. The Alan Brazil T-shirt shacket number today. First time I've seen that. It's
fantastic.
An absolute belter.
Fantastic. Honestly,
he looks like a different man.
He's running the show here. I'm telling you, I've never seen him looking so well, Sam.
Let me tell you, someone's got it on the show here. Sam, thank you. Coming up, VAR's at it again. How many apologies is Howard Webb going to have to make this season? Whoa. Does Ali think he'd do a better job at the moment in time? What on earth did they work on over the summer? I know, it's a joke. It's a discussion as old as time, but we're going to try and fix VAR. That's coming in the next hour.
The Lions. Real-life fantasy rugby. Bitter rivalries set aside in a quest to create the world's best team in weeks. There's nothing like it, but who on earth had the idea and how did it all begin? Incredibly, the first Lions tour was organised and funded by three men who played in England's first ever Test cricket match. Opening bowler Alfred Shaw, opening batsman Arthur Shrewsbury and captain James Lillywhite. The 1888 Lions squad then, made up of 17 English, 4 Scots and 1 Welshman and a Northern Irishman, took a 46-day boat trip to New Zealand before heading to Australia. The Lions weren't alone on the boat. Also on board were 300 stoats and weasels who were brought over to eliminate New Zealand's rabbit problem. The first ever Lions captain, Robert Seddon, died of drowning midway through the tour while sculling on a river. Andrew Stoddart, who was another of the cricketers there, took over and was the star of the tour. The next one was the first to get official recognition from the RFU against the newly formed Springboks. Although the Lions won the series and beat the Boks again 5 years later, in the 12 series since in South Africa, they've only won 2. New Zealand has proved an even tougher hunting ground, just the 1 series win for the Lions in 11 attempts, which came in 1971. And then there was that nail-shredding drawn series in 2017, only the second in Lions history. Only once have the Lions clinched a series after losing the first test, 1989, when David Campese's infamous ghost pass was pounced upon by Ian Evans. Before World War II, the Lions had a dark blue strip, which on the 1930 tour forced the All Blacks to play in all white. So in 1950, the iconic red shirts, white shorts and blue and green socks combination was born. It remains the symbol of the greatest alliance of adversaries in all of sport. To borrow the phrase from Jim Telfer, the Lions is Everest.
Amongst it, Paul.
Okay, 9:05, talkSPORT breakfast with me, Alan Brazil, Ally McCoist and Arnold Clark. Get the UK's best used car deals guaranteed. Still to come before 10. We need you to get involved for our Friday feature, Ask Ali, 03717 223344 on the WhatsApp. Send in a voice note, whatever question you'd like for the nation's favourite co-commentator. It could be sport-related or anything else you'd like. That's a bit dangerous. What's his favourite swim stroke?
See, that's a belter, that.
How long? What?
That one you just said, that my favourite swim stroke. I'm going to tell you some, right?
Are you a butterfly?
Well,
Butterfly?
No.
Backstroke?
No.
Crawl?
No.
Oh, you can't swim?
Breaststroke. First medal,
Medal my backside.
The first medal.
Away you go,
I swear,
David Wilkie.
The Dolan Baths up in East Kilbride.
Away, yeah.
The first
in those
medal.
days, there was about 152 people lived in East Kilbride.
I'm telling you right now, the first medal I ever won in my life at anything in sport was the breaststroke up in the Dolan Baths. Right?
You never go to Rutherglen Baths?
No. They wanted me to go down there, but after I qualified.
It's proper swimming.
My time qualified for all lectures.
No, you're mobbed down there as well, by the way.
In Rutherglen.
Oh, Rutherglen crosses like Bridgeton Cross, dear.
Not quite. Not quite. But anyway, getting back swimming, breaststroke. I used to fly, bang, dive away.
Wilkie, yeah? David Wilkie.
I was more Wilkie than Goodhue.
It can be sport related or anything else you'd like. Oh dear. Plus we were catching up with two icons of British sport, legendary joker Sir A.P. McCoy, former world snooker champion John Parrott as well, join us soon. Now though, it's been another eventual start to the season for the PGMOL, and it's it's international break. Referees Chief Howard Webb and Michael Owen have been discussing the big calls up of the opening weeks. By the way, Michael's been in great form with his horses, so was he in great form with his VAR.
Isn't he just?
On match officials mic'd up. This decision really got people talking. This was on Saturday.
Fulham have looked hungrier, looked livelier, and they've sent Josh King away, and he's racing through past Tosin into the box, chops back in onto his right foot, shoots and scores his first ever Fulham goal. Trevor Chalobah had his foot stepped on by Rodrigo Muniz, who picked up the ball on the edge of the centre circle and did a sort of roundhouse trick. It was no deliberate foul there. It was just a coming together, wasn't it?
For me, yes. I mean, if you're chalking goals off for that, well, that's desperately unlucky for this young man if they're going to do that.
Oh, my word, they are.
Ali, remind the listeners where you stood on that decision. Were you outraged?
Oh, I mean, it's a shocking decision. And what is worse is them getting involved in the first place. I mean, it baffles me why you would get the referee involved in that in the first place. And then the referee not having the mettle to go and say, "No, I got it right."
Yeah.
It's not a foul.
That's what annoys me. I'd love to see a ref say, no.
But they're scared.
Why?
Because they're scared.
They're going to stop them getting good games?
Well, I don't know, but the fact of the matter is referees, the same as players, the same as coaches, will make mistakes, right? It's just because of VAR, which is meant to help them, is now scaring them.
Yeah.
I think.
Time now for the moment that matters, and that's when the powers at Stockley Park began advising referee Rob Jones to review his on-field decision of the goal. Have a listen to this.
He spins, clear steps on the top of the foot. Can you give me a broad view of this? I want to see the impact on 23.
Yeah, sure.
So he steps on the foot. I think that's a foul, which prevents him the opportunity to defend, because he steps on the foot, he can't get back up. So he spins the ball, he steps on the foot, therefore Chalobah stays down and can't defend. Then it goes through. Rob, we're going to be recommending an on-field review for a possible foul by Muniz on Chalobah. If you make your way to the screen, and let me know when you're there.
Yeah.
So Rob, we're showing you the broad angle first. We're showing you the broad angle first to show that Chalobah comes into the tackle. And then, because of the space vacated afterwards, then there is space to the left.
Have you got a tight?
We're now going to show you the tight. Yeah, now we're going to show you the tight to show the contact on the top of the foot.
Okay. So what I'm seeing is a stand on his foot that I didn't see in real time. So to be honest, I thought the challenge comes from Chalobah, but it's as he steps back onto his foot. So I'm comfortable that's going to be disallowing the goal for a free kick.
Rob, do me a favour, grow up here.
I know, man. Alan, it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Could you imagine some of the great players that we used to go and watch and play with? How they would they couldn't play.
Football's an entertaining.
Can you imagine Big Butch and Souness and Big Bully and Greggy?
Very old.
Could you imagine those boys trying to play today?
They couldn't. No.
They're actually taking away the contact out of contact sport.
You can't. There's no 50-50s anymore.
Correct.
Even from the side, you've got to be absolutely spot on.
It's unbelievable. And the other one as well, you're always, when you're going to head the ball, you would always use lift your arms. Yeah. It's a bit of leverage and to protect yourself. Nowadays, free kicks, yellow cards. Alan, there's no such thing as a foul anymore. It's a yellow card. Very, very seldom do you see, and tight guys will miss time challenges, and it's fair enough because it happens. And the referee back in the day would say, right, come on, up, miss time challenge, free kick, go on with it. Now, yellow card, penalty, red card. I just think they're taking the physical side out the game totally. And I get you've got to protect players. I get that, of course you have. But come on, I think we've just gone absolutely too far, mate.
Oh, without a doubt. Howard Webb said in the programme that the decision to disallow the goal was misjudgment. His exact words, right? It wasn't controversial. It was wrong.
Right.
We've established some principles in terms of how we officiate in the Premier League and how we use VAR. They sit around a high threshold for penalising contact, aiding the flow, rhythm and tempo of the game. We've also established a high bar for intervention with VAR. In this situation, that guidance was not followed properly. The officials got super focused on that contact without looking at the full context of how it happened.
Well, he's right. Okay, that's the first thing you've got to say.
In other words, he's saying, Ali, the officials got super focused in the contact without looking at the full context.
Which is what we've said.
That means no common sense.
Correct.
Basically.
Effectively, yeah. And instead of kind of not mind your own business, but come on, lads, just watch the game. If there's anything completely untoward, the referee's completely missed something that's shocking, not clear and obvious, and that was a perfect example, Alan, of something that is clearly not only is it not clear and obvious, he said it himself, it wasn't controversial, it was wrong. So that's my point. These guys sitting, watching that, wherever they are, Stockley Park, I think sometimes they feel obliged to take part in a game where they've got no right to take part in.
Yeah.
Let the referee do his job, and equally the flips.
If he needs a bit of help,
correct.
his assistant, help him.
Correct. And the flip side of the coin, the referee now has been totally blinkered by the fact he knows he's got somebody going to be in his ear in a second if he gets something wrong. So therefore, I don't care what MD says, it affects his ability to referee the game naturally.
And by the way, Ali sees more games than probably anyone I know. And as a player, you weren't nasty as a player, were you? You'd leave your foot in.
Yeah, you could look after yourself. You absolutely had to look after yourself. But there was a lot of give and take there as well. You know, and there was as I said, the referees were far more generous, might be the word, in applying the laws of the game.
Yeah.
It was different then. And maybe nowadays some of the boys will say, well, it had to change.
Arsene Wenger was a bit like that, wasn't he? But he had some tough players on his side.
Oh, of course he
Arsene, didn't he?
Absolutely. I think the back four was as hard as nails. And then the ones that Vieira and Petit and boys like that, they could really look after themselves. Had a bit of steel. You would never for a minute say they were dirty players, but they were different class and could handle themselves.
Yep. Don't forget, get those voice notes in 03717 223344 for Ask Ali. Ask him anything you like. Coming up, has Jack Grealish already become a cult hero at Everton? Is he the man to bring the good times back on the blue side of Merseyside? What a stadium, by the way. We'll discuss that one next. Why'd you ask this?
This is brilliant.
Why did you ask this?
Just caused havoc on the.
This is talkSPORT Breakfast. Ali's with me, the world of boxing. Oh, no, all right, we'll do this in a minute. The world of boxing was rocked by the news that Gervonta Davis, a lightweight champion, is going to fight influencer Jake Paul, who's 30 kilograms heavier than him. Global head of boxing at Wasserman, Carla Surland. Is that right? I always mix his name up. Carla Surland was on talkSPORT yesterday and said the fight, it will be a procession now for Davis. Well, Davis is different class, isn't he? But 30 kilograms heavier. He's taking on someone. Let's have a listen to Surland.
I remember my days of fighting and I was absolutely terrible, but I do remember one thing. I remember sparring my first pro and he was 12 and 19 or something, absolutely useless. I couldn't touch him. Now, I know that, you know, he's been living the life of a boxer, and again, credit to Jake Paul for doing that. But Gervonta Davis is elitist of the elite world level. If he wants to, he will not put a glove on him all night long. The question is, it's always this, and it becomes a little bit dark and sinister because it's described as an exhibition fight. Mm-hmm. By the nature of that, what are the rules? Can we have them all? You know, there's rumours you're not allowed to throw uppercuts, you're not allowed to do this. What are the actual rules? So when people say to me, "Oh, has he got a chance against Gervonta Davis?" Well, he's got his hands taped up behind his back. He clearly does. If you ask me, stone cold light of day, can he lay a finger on or a glove on Gervonta Davis? Absolutely not.
Carlos Sunderland there on talkSPORT yesterday, he said it was a procession for Davis. Elsewhere in the world of boxing this Saturday, rising Britain Olympic silver medalist Pat McCormack, he faces seasoned Mexican Miguel Parra for the WBA Intercontinental Welterweight title showdown. Watch only on DAZN.
Boxing
Right.
update on talkSPORT with DAZN, the global home of boxing. Sign up now at dazn.com/boxing.
We're going to talk about Everton, but very briefly, Ali. Ask Ali as a cracking text has come in.
Oh, I want to, boy.
And this is hard.
It's impossible. Some guy's a Celtic fan, right? First of all the best guys, he's taking these 2 sets of twins for their first day at school. So that's the most important thing. Have a great day, guys. But he wants to know our best ever Celtic 11 from any era, right?
How did you get that?
It's incredible. And you and I have been sitting for, 10, 15 minutes since that text came in. I've went straight away, not messing about. Ronnie Simpson, Danny McGrain right back, 2 centre-backs, Big Billy and Van Dijk, left back Tam Gemmell, Jimmy Johnson right, Bobby Lennox on the left, Paul McStay in the middle. I've gone for Bobby Murdoch ahead of wee Bertie, which I can't believe I'm doing, and Dalglish and Larson.
Yeah, well,
any complaints there?
No, I can't. Charlie Nick was a great Celtic player as well, wasn't he?
McAvenny,
Roy Aitken,
yes,
in midfield. Bertie Hall, definitely. It's hard. And goalkeeper.
Well,
Ronnie Simpson was tiny, wasn't he?
But am I being harsh in saying you've not been blessed with a lot of top goalkeepers? Is that a bit harsh?
No, it's not. I think you're right.
Yeah.
But that'd be. I'd love to hear some more Celtic supporters say, "No, you're wrong. How can you leave him out?"
Well, they will.
It's going to be
I don't have any idea.
So give us that again. So it's Ronnie Simpson, McGrain, Van Dijk, Tommy Gemmell, Lennox, Murdoch, McStay, Jinky, Dalglish, and Henrik Larsson.
That's some team. Our best team would only beaten that about 3 or 4.
No, I don't think so. Kickboxing? Kickboxing. Remember Tam Forsyth winning goal in the cup final? If he hadn't changed his studs, he wouldn't have got the ball over the line.
That was my first Rangers Celtic game.
I was there.
178,000 there.
My first one was 1-0. DJ.
Oh, you said in 1970.
I was there. It was 70.
It was. I'm sure it was.
It was 11.
He gets up between
Billy
and Craig, fullback.
Crikey.
Wasn't it?
Jim Craig,
right, fullback.
The dentist.
A dentist, exactly.
Right, we'll move on. But Celtic fans, give us who have we missed out? We've missed out plenty. I know we have.
Oh, certainty.
Scott Brown has already texted in. He's waiting for Ali outside the studio. It's been quite a time for Everton fans, leaving the old lady Goodison Park behind them, starting a new life in the new stadium, the Hill Dickinson. It looks magnificent, by the way. Although I love Goodison. and I got a few goals there. Well, of course, under the brilliant management of Davy Moyes. And what a start it's been after initial disappointment losing to Leeds. Back-to-back wins against Brighton and Wolves, and Everton are now looking good. Jack Grealish. Jack's hit the ground running, hasn't he? 4 assists in just 3 games. Is he already a hero at Goodison Park? Let's find out with former snooker world champion, big Evertonian, John Parrott joins us now. John, a very good morning, John.
JP, how are you, mate?
Morning. Hi, pal. How are you? All good.
Excellent,
all good.
pal. First of all, before we move on to the fantastic start you've had, I want you to talk me through the stadium. It looks nothing short of magnificent, big fella.
Do you know what? I've not been in yet.
No,
I haven't been to the game. No, I've been busy with bits and bobs of the family and stuff.
Too
Not been in there.
Too dear
Sorry?
for you? Too dear for you?
Yeah, absolutely. No, just not managed to get round to going in yet. But listen, the start they've had. I mean, I was at Leeds for the opening game, which was a shocker. I have to be honest with you. That was the worst 45 minutes we've had since he's been back in the first half.
Never a pen though.
Well, probably not. But we looked like we'd sort of settle for a draw, get a point and get out there. But it wasn't great. The Brighton game, we had to win that. The first home game, you've just got to win your first home game in the new stadium, haven't you? We weren't watertight by any stretch of the imagination, but we got a result. And then, any way, any game you win away in the Premier League is great. So winning away at Wolves, I mean, we've lost that. We haven't been watertight neither of the games we played in the last 2. But listen, going forward, we look very special.
Yeah, Jack, listen, Jack's so lovable. We all want Jack to do well. And the way he carries the ball on that left-hand side, he can come inside, go outside, whip them in. He's at a great start. Great start. I hope it continues.
It's been brilliant. And, of course, the thing is, I mean, in fairness to him, he's not coming out Man City and seeing a low block behind him. When he played the City, there was 10 men behind the ball every week. So he's not getting that with them, which is great. So he's getting a bit more space, license to roam. I mean, the nearest thing I can link to it, he's a bit like when we had James Rodriguez. He's got a pass in him the other players don't see. And all 3 goals of the weekend, he was involved in all 3 of them. The reverse pass for Dewsbury Hall for the second goal, the header for the first one, and then the little dink over the defender, which, most people would miss. So it tees up for Dewsbury Hall's goal. It's fantastic. So and I can imagine, Coach, I've never been involved in team sports, but I imagine that dressing room and the ground is absolutely buzzing with him being there.
It's got to be, John. Listen, the place will be, you're correct, there was a tremendous atmosphere about the place. I mean, results obviously the main thing that helped that. But what about my big pal? What about Big Moisey? I mean, he's got Grealish in the team, Dewsbury Hall and Dye in the team. He's going to lose that reputation. What's he thinking about attacking football? What's going on?
Yeah, the best part about it was listening to all the ex-Liverpool players having to turn around and go, oh, Everton were quite attractive to watch. But, of course, you've got Diblin, who we've signed, can't get in the team. You've got competition everywhere. We've just signed the midfielder, Merlin Roll, who I think Moisey must have seen when they played Freiburg. West Ham played them in the Conference League.
Yes.
So I think he probably took his eye there. So he's going to be legs. Because we are going to lose Ndiaye and Garner Gay in January for
African
the AFCON,
nations,
remember? So we need strength in depth, really.
No, absolutely. The stadium. Listen, I was talking about. I was joking there about. I believe that certain seats are expensive, but that is the noise. I don't get me wrong. I loved Goodison.
Yeah,
I loved Goodison Park. It was magic. But this is going to be fantastic. Well, imagine going there in the cup and stuff like that.
That'd be wonderful. I mean,
and the derby as well. Whoa.
Sam Matterface did the first game. John, and he was absolutely raving about it. But I'll take you back. It was special, and I was really, really fortunate to be at the last game at Goodison. What an atmosphere, mate, wasn't it?
Yeah, unbelievable. I mean, the old lady was great. She used to shake all right. I mean, how it got past health and safety, I'll never know that up at Bullens, because it used to walk up, move all over the place when you're in there with the away fans. But no, listen, the night where we beat Bayern Munich is the greatest night ever in that stadium, and everyone who's older, as old as me, will remember that. The second half against Bayern Munich is like 45 minutes you'll never have in your life again. Yeah. So that ground's got very special memories.
John, just your own sports snooker, what's happening at the moment? What's big coming up?
They've all been in China, been on the Asian tour, some brilliant matches. Of course, like last month, Ronnie was nuts. He made 2 maximums over 1 match.
Amazing. Incredible.
Unbelievable, honestly. Just when you think, he's on the wane maybe, and his results aren't great, he turns up and does things like that. And then there was another tournament in Wuhan last week that was won by Gedong, who's a very good player. But listen, Alan, it's got so competitive, it's just going to get shared around. There's just too many good players.
Yeah.
And the standard is ridiculous, and they're all in a few quid.
Good.
John, just before you go, mate, you'll have read it. Big Duncan's book, brilliant book. bit of controversy in it. The only thing it's not controversial in it, you're a bandit off the golf off 4, mate. That's the one thing that stuck out for me, mate.
I tell you what, he's got it. I've come down a little bit. I'm off 1 at the moment, so my bandit days have gone. Unfortunately, I'm paying out a lot at the moment instead of winning anything.
Hey, I was telling him a story. Remember we did those 72 holes, big fella?
Yeah.
We did the 72 holes up in Scotland, right? We started our way up north and then Glen Eagle, St Andrews, and we finished at Turnberry, right? He'll tell you, we're playing the 72nd hole, right? And if I tell you he has beaten me in 65 of the 71 holes, he's beat me in 67, right? And we got me 18th, and I go 4 iron, and putted it in for about 40 yards.
Ran round the green like he'd won. Ran round the green like Lee Trevino. Honestly, I went, oh no. The two of us, Alan, honestly, we'd said 70 holes. We're like a John Wayne convention. We look like we could have a hole.
Oh, brilliant. Where are you playing? Where you play? Where's your home track?
I'm playing today. I tell you, I'm playing with a good old mate of mine, Ronnie Whelan from Liverpool. Lovely lad, Ronnie, really lovely. So he's got some friends over from Adair Manor, and we're playing at my course today at Formby, and it's raining at the moment, so we'll have to get on with that.
I tell you what, there's a nice course as well, Adair Manor. Beautiful. JP owns that, I think.
Yeah, it's had a massive. I played it a few years ago before all the upgrades, so it's lovely, but hopefully we'll get reciprocal, but we're going to look after the boys there today.
Brilliant. And Jay,
give them our best wishes, John.
Cheers, pal.
Cheers, John. Tommy, JP, AP McCoy coming up next. He must have played Adair Manor loads of times.
Played it with him.
That's next. Cheers, John. Brilliant.
Football fans all have stadiums we love, but do any of us have a pitch we love? It might sound like an odd question, but pitches can be different sizes with big consequences. Why is that? And what are the actual rules behind it? Back when association football started, pitches could be 100 metres wide and 200 metres long. That's longer than Ellen Road. Not the pitch, the stadium. Anyway, UEFA wanted a standard across Europe, which became 105 metres long and 68 metres wide. But some clubs have been rebels, not intentionally, but because of the stadiums. Take Highbury, for example. It was 5 metres shorter and a metre narrower, meaning away sides had a challenge just to adjust. Today, Forest Pitch at the City Ground is a big one, 2 metres wider than others. But the smallest of all? Craven Cottage, just 100 metres long and 65 metres wide. There are a couple of crazy outliers in Europe too, such as Napoli's home ground, the Stadio Diego Armando Maradona, where the pitch is a whopping 110 metres long. So UEFA have their standards, so do the FA, but they give pitches in England some wiggle room. Pitches can be anywhere between 90 and 120 metres long, between 45 and 90 metres wide. Just imagine a pitch that's 120 metres long and 45 wide. Madness. So there you have it. There is a standard size and most teams do generally follow it. But as we all know, size doesn't matter, does it?
I feel like I got arrested for?
Oh, God, don't get me started. 25 minutes to 10. A few tweets, wasn't it? Armed police arresting him. Listen, I don't want to get political, because we just you can never win. But this
I'm glad to see we've got our priorities right. It's good to.
Oh,
mental.
Armed police. God help us.
Where are we going?
God help
Where are we
us.
going,
And people want to come and live here.
Oh.
Little boats, I'd be going the other way. Right, coming up at 9:36. Where are we? talkSPORT Breakfast, me and Ali now. And Arnold Clark gets 750 quid off any used electric car or home charger. Now, Arsenal, oh dear, was yet another case of so close. I thought they played all right, first half. But so far, so close, so far at Anfield on Sunday.
What a goal! Liverpool 1, Arsenal 0. The roof has just been ripped off Anfield. It's an absolute net buster from Szoboszlai.
I think we deserve more. I think we elevated the level to make it very difficult for Liverpool. But at the end, the margins were so small. You could sense it, you could feel it.
Arsenal learned nothing from that game. Nothing. They don't know how to beat us. Because they didn't even try.
I just felt certainly second half was an opportunity to really go and show the rest of the Premier League, this is a different Arsenal.
I just want them to come back the way they were, 3 or 2 years ago. Don't forget the DNA of Arsenal, which means great movement, great pressing. You have to bring craziness.
Dare I say, Ali, I think it could be a 2-horse race. I was saying 4 at the start of the season, but it's early days. I just think Liverpool are going to get stronger, definitely now with the signings.
Yeah.
And they're going to take some catching, but I think Arsenal will get better as well.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think I don't think it's coincidence. I don't think Liverpool have really got going at all yet, but they're sitting with maximum points, That's the thing.
And the goal, what a goal, by the way. And
magnificent bit of football, wasn't it?
I'll say it again, I thought he can't score from there.
Incredible.
But the way he jabbed the ball, there was not a follow through like you do. When people say put your legs behind the balls and you whack it and follow through, he jabbed it like Cristiano does, and that's what got the dip on the ball.
Up and down. I mean, a goalkeeper had no chance.
No.
Here's one for you. I heard the boys talking about it yesterday. I may have been Benty and Andy. See, if you're a goalkeeper, do you think you've got a better chance of saving that if there's no wall because of the distance out?
Probably, yeah. But then again, he'll say, well, there's a chance that, it's not inch perfect. It'll hit the wall, so I don't have to make a save. But yeah, no. You've got a good point there. So I've got a clear look.
Yes.
I've got the middle of the goal. A clear look. And that distance, 30 yards, wasn't it?
I'm thinking
he's got a chance to get 1.5 yards before he dies. Probably.
I think he can move his feet across. It's an interesting one, but I would be leaning towards. It'd be interesting to get goalkeeper. Big David would be brilliant to talk to about this. The further out, stating the kind of obvious, the less you need a wall. Of course, that's the case. But did that wall actually hinder him rather than help him?
Interesting. We'll get a goalie on talk about that. So the 22 games unbeaten against the so-called Big Six, stretching back to November last year, is over, and it means that Mikel Arteta has still never won at Anfield. No doubt Arsenal set out to win the game, but Arteta's side have come under heavy criticism for effectively just been happy to draw at Anfield. By the way, a draw at Anfield is not bad, especially early in the season. Peter Schmeichel hammered the style of play, calling it boring. Gary Neville had said that Arteta lacks the winning mentality to get a trophy, as does Neil Warnock, don't forget. So let's cross over to an Arsenal fan who has one of the best winning mentalities in the history of sport. It happens to be legendary jockey AP McCoy. A very, very good morning, Tony. Very good morning, Tony.
AP, how are you this morning?
Morning, lads. How are you? You all right?
Oh, good. Tony, just on that game, people are making it Arsenal were boring and bad. I didn't see it that way, mate.
It was nearly as bad as the Old Firm game, though.
Oh, no, it couldn't have been. That was murder, by the way.
No, that was terrible. No, yeah, I didn't think Arsenal played that bad. I look, there's no doubt that Mikel Arteta has completely changed the culture of Arsenal since he's gone there, and he's built them into a pretty good side. It is about getting to the next stage. You wonder why did Isak always want to go to Liverpool? I actually think he was the one striker last year that absolutely tortured Gabriel and Saliba.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a worry that he is gone to Liverpool. But Arsenal are definitely stronger. I think Eze is a really good signing. Gyökeres will hopefully, score plenty of goals. They are stronger, and I agree with you all. I think the two of them will be very, I think it'll be very close between the two of them. And it was a wonderful free kick, wasn't it?
What a goal!
Incredible, incredible.
Yeah.
AP, I think the only change. I'm looking at the game, and I think Arsenal, were very comfortable first half, probably the better side. And then I'm looking at it and I'm thinking to myself, well, the only. And I think he did make changes to attempt to go and win the game. Arsenal fans maybe said he should have started with Eze on the side, but that for me was probably the only change that he might have made, Eze for Mourinho at the start.
A little bit earlier. Maybe he should have made the change, whatever, maybe not at the start, but maybe he should have made the change a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
I think Eze has a bit more creativity than that Mourinho has. I think obviously playing Mourinho was a bit more defensively, but I think when you go to those big grounds, you have to. I think winning at those big grounds are what decides the title, really, isn't it? You have to go away and win. I think that's what the great Arsenal side did. You can't compare to having Patrick Vieira and Thierry Henry and people Dennis Bergkamp on the side, because they did go away to those big grounds and they did win, whether it be at Old Trafford or Anfield or wherever it was. And that's, I think, to win the Premier League, you probably have to go away and win it.
Do you know what I'm thinking, Tony? I'm thinking if there's not a lot between the sides, the difference might just be Isak and Gyökeres. I'm not convinced Gyökeres is at the highest level.
Yeah, I mean, whether he has the pace that, obviously Isak looks, he's got a lot more pace than Gyökeres. I mean, he looks a big, strong lad, but does he have what Erling Haaland has? Who knows? That's the kind of player he is, but is he going to be as clinical in front of goals? I'm not sure, but
do you know what I mean,
Ali? Listen, I know exactly. AP, I think I'm looking at him, and by the way, he's already scored a couple of goals against Leeds, so he is off and running.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at him, and I think it's funny you should say that. I think looking at him, I'm not saying he is Haaland, but he's more Haaland than Isak, that's for sure.
Yeah,
I think he's a type of centre forward that probably he doesn't mind getting involved in the play, but he's not really going to link up and thread balls through and all that. I think he's one of these centre forwards very much like Haaland, where he'll like to position himself for a finish and get himself in the box. It's very early to start making judgment, but I mean, and it's easy to say he was poor at the weekend, but do you know something, AP? I actually thought the standard of the game wasn't as high as I'd hoped for. Right?
That wasn't a classic.
Well, when you think of the talent on the park, you'd have to say I thought it was a kind of disappointing. So it's very unfair to pick out.
What's
one
the
player.
latest on Saliba? because that is a huge blow. I don't know if Tony knows or...
Yeah, no, I've no idea. No, actually.
Ali, you've heard that?
Yeah.
That is a huge blow.
Yeah, I've got to say, but I tell you what, it didn't really affect him as much as it possibly could have, right? I thought, I don't know what you think, AP, I thought it was quite seamless to change, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I did. I thought they didn't miss him too much. I actually thought just the pace of the game wasn't as fast as what I thought it would be.
Yeah,
I thought it would be played at a much quicker tempo. And I actually thought before the game, I thought Liverpool had been awful in the 2 games that they'd managed to win at the beginning of the season. So I actually thought Arsenal did have a chance, but I just didn't ever think that they probably counteracted both teams because of how good they are technically and all that. But I just didn't think it was as fast a game as I thought it would be. I didn't think the movement was as quick as I thought it'd be for such a high standard and probably the best 2 teams in the Premier League. I thought it would have been quicker, but what do I know about football? I'm only watching it as a fan, but you do look at it and you think that's what I would have thought. The intensity wasn't. I didn't think it was as intense as I thought it might be.
Yeah, Tony. Just before you go, talking to John Parrott there earlier, he's going to play a Dare Manor soon. That's JP's course, isn't it? Is it beautiful?
Yeah, it is. It's absolutely well. Actually, he won't be playing it for a little while because it's just been dug up in the last about a month ago. They started redoing it again for the Ryder Cup. I mean,
Right.
I played it about 5 days before.
Good news is,
Ireland,
AP,
it will be brilliant.
I was just going to say, mate, the good news is you managed to survive that outing that I didn't make it to due to work commitments with a couple of our friends.
Yes, Jimmy Nesbitt very kindly hosted myself and Kenny Logan for a night or 2 in Portrush. We managed to survive, but I don't know how much you enjoyed your work, but we had much more fun than you did.
I don't doubt it, mate. I won't be missing.
As anyone would do with Jimmy.
I won't be missing the next one, Paul.
I don't think he's going to invite you. I think he's had enough feeling now.
Tony, great to talk again.
Take care,
Speak
mate.
later. Thank you. Thank you.
See you there.
Remember, however you watch telly, you can now watch talkSPORT from Samsung and LG TVs to Fire TV, Chromecast and Apple TV, or just grab the app on Android TV and Google TV, every TV. We're even on Prime Video, talkSPORT, live on your screen as well as your speakers. And up next, if you tune in, you'll see Alistair squirming as he answers the listeners' questions next. know what? They're just some great hits, aren't they?
Oh, fantastic, mate.
Brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely out of this world.
Brilliant.
I mean,
it's magic.
I went to see them in Edinburgh, mate. I'm going to Wembley again.
Are you?
They were absolutely sensational. I went to see, obviously, AC/DC as well. Two fantastic gigs at Murrayfield. But the whole, it's just, the Oasis thing's just completely. And do you know something? You know, I spoke to Noel as well about it, right? And he's kind of blown away with what's happened. Absolutely blown away. Because it's amazing. I was saying to him, it is amazing because you sell all these tickets beforehand, but I'll bet you for even somebody like him, there's a kind of nagging doubt at the back of your mind how it's going to go. It's like anything else, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just gone. It's gone perfectly.
Brilliant. Our biggest competition to date is now live, and we're giving you the chance to win Oasis tickets plus. This is brilliant. A whopping £25,000, 25 grand. 2 lucky winners, not one but 2, will win a pair of Oasis tickets when they return to Wembley. This is the 27th of September. Plus, that's not all. Alongside the tickets, we're giving you a chance to win a whopping 25 grand. For all the details and how to enter this amazing competition, listen up right now.
18 plus, UK excluding Northern Ireland. For a chance to win, text the word Oasis to 83338 and you're in the draw. Text costs £2 plus 1 standard network rate message. You must have the bill payer's permission. Or you can enter for free by calling 0330 880 treble38. All entries must be received by the 19th of September at 9 a.m. This is a TalkSPORT limited promotion run on TalkSPORT, Talk and Virgin Radio UK stations. Full terms and conditions at talksport.com.
Okay, right. Let's finish with a bit of this.
So ask me. McCoist again! Oh, yes! Ali McCoist!
Ali, what is your favourite cheese?
Can't it be a bit of cheddar? Absolutely over my pasta. If you've got a wee bolognese, it's essential.
What's the one smell that makes you go, ooh?
Toast. I mean, who in their right mind doesn't love the smell of toast?
I don't mind the spicy cheese. Have you seen the one with the jalapenos in it?
No.
Top 3, Brazil, Barker, Dawson.
Oh, well, it's got to be Sue. I mean, Sue's light years ahead of a lot of you, to be quite frank with you. Enjoy feta and a Greek salad. Do you like toasted cheese? A bit of cheddar, toasted cheese. That's the simplest question in the lot.
Right, it's time for another Wednesday edition of Ask Ali.
You know, some the listeners have got to know, when I said toast, you nodded your head.
I know. But I shook my head when you said Barker. Ask Ali, the weekly feature powered by you, Ali's biggest fans. Sorry, I'm only kidding, Sue. Let's find out what questions have been sent in for the nation's favourite commentator. Let's get the first one. Here's DJ Ed.
Morning, Alan. Morning, Ali. Huddersfield Town fan here, Will. What do you think your value would have been in today's market?
That's a brilliant question.
Don't be scared here.
At my peak?
Aye. He's just written down 195 million.
No, not that much. I would be embarrassed if you offered 100 and were expecting any change.
Ooh, there you go. Over 100 million. There you go, Will. And the next one, please, Ed.
Great show as always. It's Chris in Tamworth. Have you seen the tuna that are being caught on the south coast? I've got a space on a trip if you're interested.
Chris, I have.
Chris in Tamworth.
I'm telling you right now, Chris.
That is the Chris in Tamworth who's been with us from day one.
Brilliant lad, Chris.
Amazing.
He always keeps his spirits high and sends in his messages.
By the way,
answer to your question.
How big is that? Is it a bluefin or is it something else?
Well, I know Chris will be listening. I actually have caught 2 yellowfin tuna when we're fishing over by in Guatemala. £97 and £95.
Have you really?
Yeah. These things were absolutely massive and beautiful fish. I did the game fishing over in Guatemala, and I'll be honest with you, I've done it once, and probably that would do for me, because it's effectively rods in the back of the boat, and you're trawling effectively. Do you know what I mean? The line's out. You've not really got a lot of input. Right. You catch and then you bring it.
So you're not
fly fishing. You're not casting. Don't get me wrong. Tremendous fun, wonderful fun, and a great experience. But those 2 yellowfin tuna were amazing. But Chris, in answer to your question, mate, A, I would be interested, and B, I have seen some of the fish that are catching down there. Magnificent beasts.
By the way, we've got them in our waters now, not the yellowfin, but we've got big tuna now.
That's
They're
right.
coming. And if you want to go fly fishing, but Gav wants to take you, doesn't he, with the gillies a lot?
Well, I'm just back from Iceland, mate. I did the fly fishing over in Iceland for the
fair Waitrose, to be honest.
But did for the fly fishing over in Iceland for the Atlantic salmon. Absolutely fantastic. It was absolutely magical. Wonderful.
Finally, here's one from Stephen.
If you could have Rangers winning the Champions League, but you were never allowed to commentate on another game, which would you choose?
Oh, Stephen, man, that's cruel. But I'll take Rangers win the Champions League.
Well, that's never going to happen, is it?
Well, I'm taking Rangers. He's asked me a question.
I should keep commentating if I was you. I should keep travelling.
I think Stephen, to be fair to him, has a fair idea about the possibilities of that happening. But he's asking the question.
Stephen, how's your mate Freddie doing at the moment? Remember him? What do you mean who? Freddie and the Dreamers.
Stephen, a great question. I'll take his win in the Champions League at my age, mate.
Yeah, right. Tonight on talkSPORT, we explore how you turn a teenage sensation into elite Premier League footballer. Join Hugh Woozencroft, Jermaine Pennant and guests from 7 o'clock on Kickoff. We'll discuss the challenges and pitfalls on the road to stardom. I'd like to get 1 or 2 in Scotland, by the way. Yeah. That's from Wonder Kid to Superstar on Kickoff from 7 o'clock tonight on talkSPORT. Well worth a listen. I'm back with a man who went from Wonder Kid to too many kids. Gabby Bonlahor, if you can find the studio. Tomorrow from 6 a.m. Ali, I've loved it.
Great stuff, mate.
Safe journey home.
Thanks,
have a
pal.
great day. And thank you, everyone who is listening. See you tomorrow.